Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. So, today is the first episode of the Girl Talk podcast. It's something that I have wanted to do for a long time, and I messaged Carmen last week and was like, "Hey, sorry, I'm trying to get everything figured out. Hey, like, I really want to do this podcast. Are you in?" And then we're like, "What better people to start this with than Miss Paris Argo and Brooklyn, aka Nayasu and Angel Knives?" Also, I was not gonna turn my camera on because Carmen and I had a pact that we were both in our PJs and we are gonna do cam off, but I think she has her camera on. So I'm trying to fill in my eyebrows really quick so I can turn my camera on. But I'm excited. On the agenda for today, really, it's kind of just like we're just gonna chat and kind of talk about roleplay from like a girly's perspective. We'll be like obviously any questions that you guys have, feel free to ask them in chat, anyone's chat, and we will answer them. Obviously, don't be wild or crazy, but like, yeah, go with the flow. That's the thing. We all know that we can talk, so. Taylor, hi everyone. Hi Sagson. Hi Luke Luz. Hi Mari, my baby. Hi Sag. Or I said hi to Sagson, but Sagson, you get two hellos because you're always here first. Hello Deep and Taylor. Hi Angels. Yeah, we're gonna get started here in a bit. Like I said, it probably will be just kind of go with the flow, but we have lots to talk about. We kind of like pre-planned today some of the things we would talk about, which I'm excited for. Hiking Victory. I don't know. I think this has all just kind of come up because we've seen there's been a lot of podcasts and like we've been on different podcasts, right? But there hasn't been like a girl heavy focused RP podcast that we've seen. And I'm sure people have done it a million times. We're not the first, nor will we be the last. Um, but we thought it would be something cool to give the girlies kind of an outlet. And obviously, like any girl that wants to come on this at any point, if we make this a normal thing, will be invited, of course, and welcomed with open arms. So I'm excited because it's just a little bit of a change of pace, you know? Curtis did a big podcast yesterday that was pretty good. Yeah, I didn't get to see his. I was offline yesterday. But in the RP space, it might be one if the first all girls podcast. Yeah, and of course, like it's not like we don't want to be on a podcast with men. Like we all, like, guys could come on here at any point. But just kind of gives a different perspective to the roleplay space as like, and especially the people that we have on today. Like you think about Carmen and Nyasu have been in No Pixel for years since like the inception of No Pixel. Not really, but like I don't know, 3 years I think at least. Angel Knives has been like a staple in the wild RP community for a long time. Um those three are some of the best RPers that I've ever known. I definitely feel like the baby in this RP space, but I've been RPing for probably 3 to 4 years now in smaller servers. Um, so I think it'll be some good Good little discussion. I'm trying so hard to put my makeup on quick. Oh my god. I don't even care. I have to just turn my camera on. Angel was in Curtis's podcast yesterday. I hope she joins. Yeah, she's gonna join this one. She is. I love that girl. I didn't know Curtis had one yesterday. Anyways, we're about to get started, I think. Doing a couple last minute things. How's everyone's weekend? Anyone do anything fun? Go anywhere? I did absolutely nothing this weekend, which was so needed. After my crazy weekend last weekend, I literally just sat at my house and roasted. Roasted. I did my laundry, I did my dishes, I washed my sheets, did my, the big shower, which girls who get it. Which is okay, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but those big showers that you take once a week that like you do everything, the everything shower, they wear you out. I got out of the shower and had to lay down after. I was like, I'm tired. You cleaned out your fridge? Oh my god, Luke, I did that on Tuesday last week. And I didn't realize that this is horrible, but I didn't realize that some strawberries I had gotten had been pushed to the back of my fridge. And they were disgusting. They were furry by the time I got to them. And I was trying to figure out, I was like, something kind of smells in my fridge. Like, what is that? It was the strawberries. Hi, Saya. I haven't seen you forever. How are you, Angel? I helped my boyfriend with his car for hours yesterday. Oh my god. I am sorry. Oh my god. I had to report to the police my car kerfuffle. And that was embarrassing. I literally called the police and was like, "Hi, I have a really weird thing to report to you guys." My car got broken in. My car that was broken got broken into, and they stole my license plate. So, you guys do anything? And they were like, I mean, we'll write down that your license plate was stolen, but beyond that, we can't really do that much. And I was like, cool. I was like, so if they try to like rob a bank with my car, you guys aren't gonna come looking for me, right? They're like, yeah, no, you're good. And I was like, okay. Okay. Let me join this VC with him really quick. Scary. So very. My throat kind of hurts today, and I'm like, I hope I'm not losing my voice.
To trade.
Oh my god, it's trade.
Hello?
We can trade, like raw demo for raw demo.
I'm down.
Oh my god, I was
I feel
muted.
like you'd like this song. It's like fun. Hi.
I love that.
Hi.
Wait, please tell me my voice changer
Hi.
is not on.
No.
It's not.
Girl,
it's
a
not.
couple of days ago, I joined a work meeting with my man voice changer on. And they were like, why do I hear a man right now? And I was like, oh.
I mean, why were you using a man voice changer?
I was in RP and I forgot I had a work meeting in the middle of it. And I was like prank calling people. And as a man.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really embarrassing.
I was like, since when do you have a man character?
Oh,
You're just
it's
going
a
around,
really
like...
good voice changer too. Like, people did not know it was me.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, let me try to figure it out.
I kind of want to hear that now. Like, you can't
My
just say
man
you were
voice
being
changer
a
is
man.
something like demonic and stupid as
Yeah,
fuck.
mine sounds so bad. It literally just sounds like vocal fry demon.
Yeah, literally.
It's like, oh my god, yes.
Wait, I have to change it in Discord too. My chat can hear it. Wait.
Yeah, that's fine. I need to hear it.
Where is this voice? Wait, where is it? I'm blind as a bat. Do I sound like a man? Wait, I've broken something. Wait, there we go.
I hate to tell you this, bitch.
Do
That's
I
me.
sound like a man? Hello? My name is
That was just
Joe.
a
No, it's
it.
just an echo of us.
Oh,
Yeah, I hate to tell you this,
this
but
is why I don't.
it's not working. You know, it's okay. We can just
We'll
pretend
come
that we
back
all
to
have
it
a man
later.
voice. Yeah, we'll come back to it. But today's a special day, a special event because
It is a
you and our
special
fucking
event.
I'm not
podcast.
echoing, am I?
Welcome
Girls.
everyone to Girls Talk Podcast.
Hey.
Hi. Oh my gosh, that feels so fun to say because I feel like I've been like wanting to do a podcast for so long. but I was
Okay,
like,
thanks for the raid. Hi, Cal
I was
Raiders.
like,
I'm
who
sorry,
do
I'm
I
trying to
do
figure
it
things
with?
out. Hello,
What do we
hello.
talk about? So I feel like, you know, the four of
Hello,
us is,
hello.
like,
Hi, Cal Raiders.
perfect.
I'm sorry.
things to talk about, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are we
Is
echo?
this like the
Is there
first
echoing?
all girl like RP
Are we good now?
podcast? Or has
You
it
know,
been
I
done
think it
before?
might
I'm
be.
still
I'm
echoing.
not gonna lie. I don't think anyone's ever done it before. Correct me if
Not
I'm
anymore?
wrong,
Okay, thank
but
God.
we may just be the first. I don't know.
I'm super loud over them.
So personally, I think we should start out
There we
just like
go.
really strong. You know,
There we go.
address
We should
the
be even
elephant
now.
in the room. Who do you hate most on the server? No, just kidding. Who do you have
Okay.
OOC beef
Hi,
with?
readers.
Like,
I'm
what's
so
going
sorry.
on?
I think I can focus
Oh
now.
my
Let me also fix
God.
this
Fuck
Discord
that
thing so it's
man,
not
okay? Fuck him.
black on the
Fuck
background.
Alex
Care
has
and out of
GGG.
Am I
Out
using
of
the right
character.
mic?
We're
Yeah.
not friends. Fuck Alex has GGG. Fuck lasagna.
I sound different?
Oh my gosh. You know, I feel like that's what a lot of people think that we're gonna talk about. Just
What the
like,
hell?
oh, let's be so messy. Let's like do this, do that. But you know, I feel like we all have a
No.
lot of experiences and
Oh,
I've
I
broken
don't know.
everything.
A lot of things have happened in RP within, you know,
Okay,
this
what about now?
year. Just to start. So, you know, I feel like we all have our stories and all that.
What do I
So
sound
it
like
should be a lot
now?
of fun.
It should. It should. It's what is still trying to figure out her man voice changer.
Widow.
Yeah. Widow.
Girl,
are you
I've
okay?
tragically broken something.
It's okay. You
This
don't
is
have
why
to
I'm
be
not
mad.
allowed to have a computer.
It's okay because
Am I echoing to you
this is a
guys? I'm
girl
echoing to
podcast.
my chat.
No, you sound fine.
You sound fine.
Okay, well, now I'm
Oh my
blowing their
God.
eardrums. But I'm here. I'm listening. They can hear you.
We made you break your mic. I'm so sorry.
So,
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm
but
so
we'll start
loud.
We'll go down the
Where is
list.
this
How
coming
did you guys
from?
come and it's like, you know,
Why
get
am I
into like
loud? Is this
RP,
better?
like especially something like No Pixel? Like it's like, oh, like I kind of want to
Ooh.
join.
Ooh, I mean, I'll go first just
Oh,
because.
girl.
I mean, I've told a couple times, but okay, the first time I came across
Okay, what
roleplay,
about now?
I thought it was the most cringe
If I go on
shit
this
I've ever seen. I was
channel,
like,
is
why
this
the fuck
better?
are people like acting out being police officers? Why are they being EMS? Like, this
Yeah.
Why
is
is this
so
happening?
weird. This is cringe.
Oh, I know what it
then,
is. I know what it
I
is.
wanted to try it to make you.
I know what it is. It's my voice and video needs, my chat mic needs to go to system. This needs to go to chat mic.
Oh my God, it was the highlight of
Okay.
my life.
What
I got
about
to meet
now?
so many people, and I got into like the
Is this
craziest stuff.
fixed?
And then 5 years later, I have like 6,000 hours on 5M. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
love that.
I
How
think
about
I
you?
fixed it.
Okay, good,
Lovely.
good.
I think how I got into it. Well, first, like since I was like 16 years old, I did like a lot of text RP.
Okay,
It was like
I'm
doing
testing,
like
testing.
IMDU kind of role play and stuff like that. I think like 3
Testing,
years
hello, what do I
ago, I
sound
don't remember
like?
what it was, but I was like, you know what, I want to give voice RP a try. So
Not
I decided
fixed?
to
What?
like
Okay,
look into.
are you
So at first,
guys
I
hearing
obviously like
them
I
in the
did
background
like
or what?
GTRP like on different servers just to get a feel for
Yeah.
it. And then I kind of left because I was like, okay, I've done it all for like half a year. I want to go do something else. Like that's why I started doing Western RP, which is
I'm
like Wild
echoing.
RP and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I really do like playing on Wild again. So I do like the Wild West RP because like more immersive kind of thing.
Oh, I know what it
And
is.
then I think I guess like
routing.
I figured like, you know,
Here, what about now?
I knew
Testing,
about
testing. Do I sound? Am I still
through,
echoing?
I think I watched like 2 years like before like getting to
Is this
voice RP.
echoing
Like
or
I
do I
watched 2
sound
years
fine?
of like No Pixel and
Oh,
roleplay. And the person
amazing.
that
Yeah.
really got me into
God.
like
Okay, I love you guys.
inspire me was like
Sorry, I'm
Milton
so
that plays
sorry.
Kiki Chanel. I was like, I love Kiki
Yes.
Now
so
I have to
much.
fix
Like it was
this.
just so authentic and just very giving, just very
So
out there.
funny as
Yes, and
well.
I was like,
color.
I
So
want to be
funny.
like that, and I that's how I got into like GTRP.
Oh my
And then
God, chat. This
I
is
guess
why.
like I
This is
applied
literally why I
for No
don't
Pixel
have.
first, but
This is why I
on my
have people
first
that
app
help
I
me.
didn't do so great.
Did I
Oh,
fix
bitch,
this?
But at
same.
first, right? So I didn't really do that great. And then the second time, I didn't get
Kind of
accepted. And then
quiet.
that's when
Okay.
they started to change up like how you
I
apply,
turned
kind
my
of thing,
voice
instead of
down a
like
Oh
second ago,
putting
yeah.
but I
like
think we're good
videos of
now.
your like for like your
Yeah.
RP. And
Cool.
then that's when I got into it. And
Okay,
I've loved it
amazing.
ever
Now I can pay
since.
attention
Like
now.
meeting all you guys.
Good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the way that the application is now is like the best way to do it, where it's like, show us clips of you actually role
Yeah.
playing. I feel
Yeah.
like, that's the best way to do it instead of like, oh, write about your favorite thing of role play. Cause that's why I always got denied because
Mhm.
hello, I'm a dumb fucking bitch. I cannot write you like 6 paragraphs about what I would do in this RP situation, but I can show you a clip of what I would do or like a voice recording or whatever.
Yeah. I
So
also think like
yeah.
the video thing is really great because one, we're in a world of AI now where like so many people, I hate to say it,
Oh
but so many people
yeah.
just use AI for, and like AI knows RP now. Like AI knows what to look for, which is
That is
fucking
Really?
terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But on the flip side, I know some people that like, so I got started in roleplay on like a lot of small servers. Like I came from Echo RP to No Pixel a year ago now, which is crazy. But before that, I was
Yeah.
on even smaller servers. And I think about like, I know some people that are fabulous role players, like insane role players, but they don't stream.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's
So they don't
like,
have any
yeah, they don't
clips
have
or
any
whatever.
clips, which I mean, it's a give and a take because at the end of the day, like we've heard this a million times that No Pixel is a content creation server.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But like I don't know, I feel like we might be missing out on some really good role players that way.
I agree. I don't
Yeah. I
think, to
think
be
so
honest, I
too.
think the current state of like No Pixel right now is not really role play kind of focused. It's more like content in the moment of which you can capture
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Making
I
those
agree.
pog champ moments, of course. That's what like, and maybe in like what the 4.0 would change and maybe more like RP focused for sure.
I think too,
Yeah.
like the server, like NoPix especially goes through like ebbs and flows. And granted, I've only been around for years, so I don't know, like I don't have a long-term view of it. But it's like there
Uh-huh.
are those really cool long-term stories that happen, but there's also
Oh
like the
yeah.
the bits of like pog bank chase moments. I don't know. And it's
I
it's
feel like
hard because you have to kind of find your niche for like a long-term story, which it's possible. It just takes a lot of work.
yeah. I mean, it totally is like who you hang around with. Like Angel, honestly, I gotta give you so many compliments and just your props right now because Brooklyn is such an amazing character. And like the amount of shit she's gotten into in like just a couple months of being on the server is crazy. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally
100%.
Brooklyn has more of a storyline than like so many
Uh-huh.
people. It's insane. You literally make like a storyline out of everything. And bitch, I see it with the slash me's. Like my lazy
Yes.
ass never does that.
Yep.
You're always
I
like,
never use
When we're in the
slash
car and
me.
she slash
It's
me's,
so
I'm like, that's my
awkward.
bitch.
Like, yeah, it's so awkward in like something that's fast paced. Because I've said this, like a fucking No
yeah,
Pixel roleplay is like we were like literally moving like on a freeway, and I'm like trying to
it's
like
it's
give
quick.
y'all like or give people like the slash me, but like everyone's moving so fast they don't even see, they don't even pay
Yeah.
attention. So I just feel like I'm like
Yeah.
trying to RP my injuries, and no one gives a fuck. Like, girl, just get
Oh
on
my
your
god.
No,
like,
I get that
Oh,
too. But I feel
gosh.
like when I am around you in character and when I'm around Brooklyn, it makes me want to like up my
Also,
RP up a lot.
Chat,
Like
I
it
want to
Yeah, do
try to
genuinely
figure out
something
how to move my
serious. I
camera
just
yeah,
want to do
over.
like
something serious.
literally, like,
See if I can do
okay, let me
this. I'm
fucking
gonna have to
break
copy a
Carmela's
scene.
arm. Let me do this. I feel like you are just so good and you have been like such an
Thank
amazing
you.
addition to the
I don't
community.
know. Maybe I
Thank
won't
you.
turn my camera on
Oh,
for now.
I love you too. And it's
Oh,
been so much
appreciate.
fun. Like having our little group of girls, like this is what I've always wanted for Carmela. I'm not gonna lie, like, just a group of girls to all get together and like have fun. And I feel like it's been really
Yeah.
great with everybody.
I
It's been
think
really,
it's
really fun.
and it's come at such a cool time because like so many people's storylines have changed to like really support that. Like obviously
Yeah.
Paris and Rosa came from somewhere and like we're landing in like we don't know where to go, right? And like Brooklyn came
Oh
right
yeah,
then, and
yeah,
then like Carmela was around, our group more often, and I was like, I couldn't have asked for better friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was kind of perfect timing. Like even though some bad shit happened, and um, some things went down, I feel like
It was for
everything
the
happens for a
best.
reason. Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
for the best, honestly.
yeah. I just feel like it's so nice to like wake up and have a group of people to hang out with, and it doesn't feel forced. You know what I
Oh
mean? Where you're
yeah.
like, oh, like I don't want to call them because it's like I don't want to
Yeah, just
bother
like a
them.
natural, like,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know if like you girls get that in RP, but like, oh my God,
Mm.
especially the start of 3.0, I was so scared to call so many people because I was like, oh my God, like no one's gonna want to hang out with my character. No one's gonna want to like
Yeah.
put up with all the like dumb shit I'm doing on
yeah.
Carmela. I'm gonna get called a cloud chaser. I'm
Oh
gonna do
yeah.
this. I'm gonna do that.
Mhm.
So for the longest time, I was so scared to call people. So I was like, okay, let me just call my friends in RP. That's
Yeah.
it.
Girl, I still am. And like it's hard because some people, and like I don't want to go down the path of there's no blame anywhere. It's just kind of like the environment that role
Yeah.
play is, but sometimes you
Yeah.
talk to one person, even if it's an organic conversation, if it's something like fun or in passing or whatever, and I'm speaking from personal experience with this. I like you get
Yeah.
some wild shit that happens. And so like to find people that you're comfortable with to role play with that are going to have your back and like you're not going to get that shit from is massive. And like I hate to say it, but like a lot of that has come from like the girl communities, like the girly pops, and like I don't know, it
Yeah.
feels so good to
Yeah.
like be in the server and be like, "Okay, like I feel comfortable enough to speak to people." Which is
Oh,
wild.
oh my gosh. Yeah. I feel like that is one of the most important things in role play because, like, how the fuck are you going to make a good storyline and good memories if you're too scared? But no, there's definitely people that I get like really shy around on the server because I'm just like, oh my God.
Really?
I don't want to like say the wrong thing. Yes,
Oh yeah.
bitch.
I'll be
Still.
honest. I used to be like that, but I guess my thing that I used to do, I used to like doing my own thing. I used to like being like sort of like in a like a leadership role in a sense, but
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in roleplay that didn't work out. But I don't know. I feel like eventually, I don't know what switched in my brain. I just like started winning the I don't give a fuck war. Like
She's
I
Beyonce.
well, literally, I don't care. Like, I don't feel any type of way about like calling anyone really,
Honestly,
I
or
I
love
being
take
around
it.
so much
anyone.
like inspiration from you and how you play Paris because like sometimes I
Right.
catch myself being like wrapped up in something or like Rose is having like a really intense reaction to something that happened and Paris is like, I don't care. Why do you care? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Literally, I mean that is how I roleplay Paris most of the time, unless it's like something like major and serious. But
Yeah.
I don't
Something
know. It
really
just
big.
started being like, like let's live in the moment. Like, what if I don't call
Yeah.
this person and like miss out on something fun or something interesting?
Yeah,
Like,
that is true. I think honestly that's a really good way to put it. I need to start winning the I don't give a fuck war because
you like that's
bitch.
like the best way, cause
Oh my
it.
god.
Absolutely.
That's the thing, like not even in
Yeah.
role play, but that's
Oops.
something I've like had to teach myself as a woman is like you have permission to take up space. And
Hmm.
that goes into role play as well. Like I have permission to do something and like try to make a story for myself. That's something I've always struggled
And
with.
one
It's
thing
like,
about me is I'm gonna take up the space. I'm gonna
yeah.
take up the space.
Absolutely.
Period. Yes, you should.
That's what I like
Okay.
about each and every one of your characters. You guys have like something to
Yeah.
give. I think when if I had to go off, I had to like select from each of you. I say like Rosa is the like most like direct and like just spoken. Like she will speak right. She does
Yeah.
not give a fuck. Carmela's like the more fashionista where she's just like, I'm here, get out of my way. Kind of like I love that about it. And Paris is just like, she not afraid to throw no shade and tell you how it is either.
Right? Paris's insults, like I
You're
hope
Terrifying.
you're
Fucking
ugly. Her eyes
terrifying.
are deadly.
like one day I know it's gonna happen. Like Paris and Carmela are gonna fight over something. Like it's inevitable. One day something is gonna happen, and Paris is gonna eat Carmela up, and I'm not gonna know what the fuck to say.
I just try
'Cause-
to make it the most like just like randomest like stuff like you can think of to
But
say.
it's so good, and like, oh my god, I swear, like Paris influences the whole server. Like Paris literally started everyone doing
The
like the
name
name
The
period.
name
period.
period. Oh my god.
Literally, like you influence the whole
That
fucking
and like
server
you
with
and
your
like
stuff.
Paris and Carmela, the chill day stuff has gone so
Chill
far.
day, literally.
Like
Everyone
nobody
does
has
that
a fucking chill day
now.
anymore. Let's be so for real.
Chill
And
day
I
means
love
something
it.
different now, like entirely.
Yeah, it literally means like awful.
Someone's
Like,
gonna die.
girl, let me get
Someone's
off.
perming today.
Yeah. Can I ask you, how did you get into RP? Did you ever bring it up?
Well, there was like this. It was like a straight man who did cop role play, and it's like I wasn't
No,
like
just kidding.
interested. It wasn't. I wasn't like interested in kids role play, but I just found it interesting. So I like watched the videos, and
Uh-huh.
then um eventually um me and Maddie, who plays Paris's sister London,
Uh-huh.
we were talking about something to play, and I was like, there's like this thing called 5M where it's like GTA role play.
Uh-huh.
Um, like we should try it, which
Cue scary music.
we tried it, but like I mean back then we did not like role play. We would just be like in a Discord call and like
Oh
just
yeah.
messing
That's what
around.
I did too in public servers.
Eventually, Alex joined us, and then like us two like found like a actual server and like actually like started role
Oh,
playing. And
fun. And
then
then you got
No
addicted.
Pixel, yeah, No Pixel. I don't know how I found. I mean, I guess I always heard of No Pixel, but I think it was like early 2.0 Kiwo who had her character Mother. I used to
Mother,
I
I
used to
remember
watch her and I
her.
used to think she was so cunty. So I was like, you
Oh,
know
she's
what? I
so
was like, hey,
funny.
let me try.
Oh, that is so cute. I love that. I think it was PMS Proxy, the first woman I saw playing on No Pixel. And I was like, she's so funny. And she was like
Hmm.
getting into so much stuff, like just on her own, like solo
Also,
RP.
chat, if you guys have
And
any
she's so
questions,
talented.
you
So I
can
was like,
ask them in
wait,
chat and
okay,
I'll
maybe
bring
it
them up
should
to everyone.
apply.
Feel free.
Got denied, but like
Yeah,
a
I
year
think I got
later.
accepted on like my third try, and
Oh,
then
I got
Yeah.
accepted on my very last. I was like almost not in.
Yeah, that app was hard. Like the written one, if you haven't done that one, that shit was fucking hard. Like there was trick
yeah,
questions all over, and I was like,
Absolutely. I was like, I
what?
don't got no time for this. Like, I gave
Right?
up halfway. I gave up halfway through.
Yeah, like the written one was real fucking hard. I did not like it. Um.
Oh, I have a question from chat for us.
Oh,
They
oh
said, "What's
God.
your
Is
favorite
it
arc for
spicy?
your character so far?" It's not that spicy yet.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, who wants to go first?
Well, I can't say mine right now because it's a spoiler within the character. But I will say the one I recent did
Oh,
enjoy was when I came back after 3 months and like everything just popped up with the whole Rosa and
yeah.
Benny and
Mm-hmm.
everyone
yeah,
everyone were like, trying to plan shit of how to set them
Oh,
like
that was
everyone that took
so
part in it, everyone
fun.
had fucking fun. It was so funny,
Yeah.
It was
hilarious.
so
Everyone
much
had a
fun.
great time with that, and I just loved it. I loved it all. It was great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
That was so much fun
Um.
because like I hadn't even and like if the timing of it was so weird because I wasn't around. Like I had started playing Red Dead when you came over to the server, so I wasn't around, and I like had heard all the like background about Brooklyn and who she was, and Rosa was like trying to figure out, and like for a while Brooklyn was saved in Rosa's phone as like stabbing two-timing bitch, and like looking back on it now,
Perfect. I
I
love that.
know, and looking back on it now, like the stories that happen, it was like such a funny time, but also such like an intense like becoming
Yeah,
friend moment. I think for a lot of us,
that was a big
it's just so
storyline.
special.
yeah.
Yeah, that was really
God.
good.
We constantly stir the pot. I think for me, my favorite has just been like the evolution of Rosa. Like I've been trying and talking about this with my chat as decisions are made, but like Rosa came into the server and immediately was an attorney. Like 2 days in, attorney, like
Yeah,
straight and narrow, did not do anything. And like slowly over time, she would start to dabble in stuff, and she met more like, gang members, and she like met the street team people that she eventually joined, and it
yeah,
finally came to a head where it was like, Rosa hit the pinnacle of her legal career of like she's a judge now, like that's the top of the line. That's like you've maxed out in your legal life.
yeah.
And it
That
was
was
like
huge.
it was massive, and it was a year long of like every day putting in work But I had a point both like NRP and OOC where I was just like, I'm tired. Like NRP, it was like
Yeah.
every day somebody called for something and it was like Rosa lived her life for other people, like didn't even know like who
Yeah.
she was. And then me, OOC, I was exhausted. Like
Yeah, but
you have to put in so much work in the background for that, which is great. And I love to like have that kind of support role. But I was like getting pinged all hours of the night for like search warrants and subpoenas and
oh
like
hell no.
yeah, I got to a point and I was like,
Yeah.
this is great, but I don't know how you guys have done. Some people have been a judge like Nathan on Crane for
Yeah.
years. And I'm like, I'm
That's
tired.
actually
Oh my God,
crazy.
get me out. But
That's how I felt about Cop. I was like, this is too much work. Like, I don't want to actually like
Yeah.
feel like I'm working while I'm playing a video game. Like, no
I've been
shade to anyone.
asked. Yeah, I've been asked like, but you should make a cop character. I was like,
Hell
listen,
no, bitch.
that paperwork, no,
see, I have
absolutely
like
not.
a stupid
Yeah.
cadet in the STSO that probably will be a cadet for the rest of my career.
Yeah. I thought
But
it was fun, but like, oh my God. Like
yeah,
the
it's a
actual
lot.
arresting, that was so much. And
I
I
would
was
have,
getting
like-
like actually stressed out.
Yeah,
Like,
and like you have to have like
hell
notepads of like
no.
10 codes and like you get embarrassed if you get them
Yeah.
wrong. Like,
You
yeah.
gotta know
Hell
codes.
fucking
You gotta
no,
know
like,
what street, like getting call
street
outs.
names.
You
Yeah,
know
What
no.
making the
this
right
way,
arrest, what arrest, or what is what they're doing is illegal. You gotta do the paper. No.
Girl, I've been on
No,
5M for
like
5 years and I still don't know where I am when I'm driving down the road. Like, there's no hope at
yeah.
this point.
No, seriously, like shout out to all the cops, like the people that can
Yeah,
actually
really.
fucking manage that.
Absolutely.
I am not one of those fucking people. Like, oh my God. Absolutely fucking not. I will never do cop again. It was fun to make a character and do the interview and like do a bit of training, but it's so stressful. And I kept like, oh my gosh, I was so nervous about like arresting someone and they get mad. And then that also gave me like a POV to like relax a little bit when I'm on crim and
Full-time
like,
job after your
you know,
full-time
calm
job. No,
down a bit.
literally. I love that
So
Rosa started as a
yeah,
clean
it was
person and
cool
then
to
got to
see
do
the other
crime because most
side,
people
but
start
like,
robbing banks.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
I think that
for me.
was.
Yeah,
I don't want to
I
interrupt them
making
talking.
DOC characters. You could just beat up.
But I
you know,
think it was
Oh,
police.
cool that
okay,
Yeah,
that's
just
I
be
had
crazy
to
in a
like have a different
prison.
perspective for a long
Why did
time,
I
you
never
know?
fucking think to do that before?
I actually used to have a doctor
I know.
character,
I
like
think it was
when I
cool.
first joined in 2.0. It was a very,
I
very
remember,
like
bitch, you were
short-lived.
British,
She was a
weren't you?
British girl, but I mean, even that was hard because I think back when I had that doctor character, they had like stricter regulations. Like you couldn't be like a goofy doctor. Like you had to like
Oh, really?
you had to like you had to like learn like actually like how to treat certain things and like you had to like put like a
Oh.
certain amount of hours every day. So I was like, girl, like I just want to get on and
Oh, yeah,
be
that's a
insane.
lot. No, I think you treated Carmela one time. You're just like, okay, hello, there. I'm
Okay,
gonna take
hello,
care of
Mom.
you. I was just like, oh, okay. What the fuck is going on?
Goodness. I'm excited for the spoiler that Angel's talking about, but I guess we'll
Oh,
see.
Oh,
actually,
yeah,
well, I guess
yeah.
my favorite arc for Paris, though, I guess, um, I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember like 80% of the stuff Paris has been through at
Yeah,
this point because
same.
she's been through it. Maybe the like OG like LSD like dolls era, like when Paris had her own little gang. Like it didn't work out
Ooh.
in roleplay, but I feel like like
Hi
that was
AJ,
kind
I'm
of
doing
like
well. How are
the
you?
that was that
I'm
was kind
trying
of
to
like the
figure out how to
platform where I started building like the kind of like the
do an
Paris like we
overlay.
have today.
But
Queen fucking Paris. I love that. I think, Carmela's vampire era, that was my favorite. Because it was just like
Yeah,
so
but
stupid. And I
I'm
just
so
feel
glad I
like,
missed that.
oh my God. It was so drama free. It was so chill. Like everyone knew that it was just a big joke and like so dumb. I loved it. But I stopped doing it just because I was like, okay, where's this arc gonna like go? How am I gonna continue this? And now I don't even think you can do supernatural RP on the server anymore. I was kind of like, oh.
I know. I remember when that came out, I was like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I know it's a server rule, but I feel like it's not maybe a strict server rule because there are
So I
some
can
kind
start
of
sucking.
questionable things, you know?
yeah,
That is
I think they
true.
mean like magic roleplay
Is this live?
or
Yeah, she
supernatural
ate it.
awesome being
Is
like
it is.
slash me lifts you up with power and sends you flying.
So I can't do that. Like,
Right. How do people think that's weird? But like playing like characters from other shows and brands and characters is not.
yeah, I don't
Mm.
know. No idea. Oh well. It's pretty fun. Okay, I wanted to ask this question myself to all of you, just because we
Okay.
all play strong women characters on the server. So, do you feel like this is like something that takes a big toll out of you to constantly be like standing up for yourself in role play and also out of role play as well, or do you kind of just separate it completely?
Um, I separate it because to me, like, I really do not act like Paris out of character. Like, I make like,
Right?
like I'm someone that Paris would bully. So
Same, me with
No,
Carmela.
same with
literally,
Carmela
Rosa.
would make me cry. Like, oh my gosh.
I'm a meekster. So, um,
Period.
but I don't know. I guess because I know the way I play Paris, like I do not say like anything like actually like nasty. Like I call people like they're about like a smart fridge or something. You know what I mean? Like it's like goofy stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like
So
you can totally tell that you're not being like for real with it.
yeah, if people, I guess, feel some way, obviously like like I'll back off, but
Yeah.
that's really on them.
Stop being a snowflake. That's what she's
That's
saying.
really on them. That's really on them. Like okay.
That ain't my fault. No, I mean,
Yeah.
for me, it's. I think everyone wants to say that it's just in character, which I think
Mhm.
99% of the time, everything that is said or everything does stay in character. But that 1% of stuff that kind of carries over is what is hurtful. And when that comes up, it's like, oh, Widow hates me because Rosa was like mean to so and so in
Yeah.
character, or like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say it. There's been accusations like of mean girling, quote, of our friend group, and it's
Oh my lord, who of?
oh my who me? And that's the thing
Who, little old
that's
me?
it's hard because it's like we do play these really in your face characters, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's a character. And at the end of the day, too, I think every single one of our characters like always has some kind of space for redemption for like whoever we're going
Yes,
after.
a
Yeah.
hundred
Yeah.
percent.
And
100%.
I do think it's hard. And like I'm the same way. Like I I'm a corporate girly. Like I'm not like Rosa. I don't go and confront people. Like shit, I cry after arguments in real life all the time.
Same.
Like you make me mad, I cry. That's my thing. And so like Rosa would shit on me if this was real life, but
Literally.
Right?
and that's what's so hard when I see people that are like upset about something, or like it's only happened a couple of times that like someone reaches out to me like, "Hey, like do you hate me because of the RP that happened today?" And I'm like, "No, like I would never
Wait, you've
hate
had
you."
that happen? Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh.
And it
Yeah.
makes me sad because then I'm like,
Ooh.
"Oh, I don't want to like change my RP, but I also don't want to make you as a human feel bad because I'm like such a softie."
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. Obviously, with storylines like that where things can get a little intense, I don't think it's like cringe or wrong to like set boundaries. In fact, I feel like,
Yeah.
that makes the role play better, whether it's like relationship RP, conflict RP. I feel like, boundaries are perfect and, make sure that shit doesn't get out of hand. But I feel like a lot of like um viewers and stuff need to just stay in their own lane sometimes, because there's so many
yeah.
times when like viewers have gotten offended over the role play, like for their favorite streamer or whatever.
Mhm.
And I can't even say the amount of times that this shit has happened. Like viewers will get mad and be like, "Oh my god, you hurt this person's feelings." Da, 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 da. And then me, super like emotional and anxious over everything. I'll like reach out to the person always and be like, "Hey, like I'm sorry, if this went too far or whatever." And
Yeah.
it's always fine.
And then they're always
It has
yeah.
always
They're like, "What are you
been
talking about? Like,
fine.
we're
Yeah.
Literally,
fine."
they're like, "It's role play," and then they'll
And
start
then you feel
apologizing to
crazy.
me.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you're like,
or
"Oh,
they'll
I'm
be like,
sorry."
"Oh, yeah," they'll be like, "I'm sorry if I hurt you with what I said or this and that." And I'm like, "Oh no, like I'm fine." I feel like most of the time I literally apologize to random ass fucking people that aren't
Yeah.
affected by it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Absolutely.
give me a goddamn break. My lord.
Gosh.
Yeah. Um Okay, Angel, does playing Brooklyn ever kind of like, get a little bit intense or overwhelming? Because honestly, I feel like out of all of our characters, I feel like Brooklyn has kind of been through it the most, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm kind of the opposite of Brooklyn. Like I don't rarely, I wouldn't say rarely stick up for myself, but I'm not as outspoken as
Yeah,
she is.
for
And the
sure.
thing about it is, I played very characters that have been very like closed off and like very
Yeah.
quiet. I'm like that in real life. I'm very quiet. Like I'm cool. Like if I know you, like I'm like crazy as whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm really a quiet person. So when I made Brooklyn, she was like a character I made like when I first like started to play GTRP like later down the line. I was like, I wanted to make a kind of a New Yorker kind of character.
Oh, yeah, and she's so fun.
So yeah, but Brooklyn is someone that I always wanted to be in real life, which is very direct, confident, and sticks up for people. Be like a strong female role and doesn't take anyone's shit. And
Yeah.
that's kind of where I got the dynamics of wanting to do that, is because I wanted to make a character that was completely the opposite of myself or what I wanted to be in life or what I wish or tried to be,
Oh,
as far as being more confident in myself or confident in the way I walk, I talk, I give advice, or I stick up for people, or something. And I really wanted Brooklyn to be that. And
Yeah.
she has been through a lot, but I think one thing about Brooklyn that I feel like people around her can always know, that she's a person you can always count on,
yeah.
rather to have your
Yeah.
back. That's the kind of friend she's always kind of been. She's always going to be that friend that's going to stick up for whoever she's close friends with. Is You can always count on her to be that friend. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's so
I
sweet. I
know.
want to be Brooklyn too. Oh my gosh. That is really sweet, actually. Oh my God. Yeah, there's definitely parts of Carmela that I wish I had to, like the whole like, I don't give a fuck, bitch, like all that stuff. Totally not me. I do
Oh
give
yeah,
a
I'm
fuck.
I'm like very sensitive
Oh
in
my
real
God,
life. Like
same.
Yeah, I
very
will
sensitive.
I'm like, a
cry.
bitch has anxiety. Like, take it a little easy on me, okay?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I think that's so
Yeah.
cool though, like to pull characteristics from like the character you play that you like want to be like, you know? Like for
Yeah.
me, so
Yeah.
I
I
Really
think
was like
sweet.
gonna go to law school out of college. That was my plan. I had everything in place. I like
Ooh.
took the test and got into the schools, but um life kind of
Smart
just didn't,
queen.
oh my God, not anymore. But life didn't shake out
Yes,
that
you
way.
are.
So I like went and was a paralegal, and I hated it more than anything, and I was like, I'm never gonna be an attorney. Fuck this. And then I found
Oh.
GTARP, and I was like, okay, well, I can pretend. Like,
Yeah.
and that's been the
Aw.
funniest thing, like trying to explain to my family who are like boomers who don't know the internet, like one, what GTRP is, and like why do I pretend to be an attorney? And they're all like, go to law school, like what are you doing? And I'm like, no, 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 I just want to like pretend on the internet, like leave me alone. It's so embarrassing, but it's
Oh.
yeah.
also cool because you get to like, I don't know, do different stuff.
I think also like some viewers may have a perception that are very like close up what they don't watch as content. Like they see like, oh, these girls are like mean kind of thing. It's just like I don't think necessarily the way the characters portray this them as mean girl types. But for me, I think for Brooklyn, she's never been a mean girl. She always wants to punch the mean girls. That's the whole like thing. Like
Yeah.
we may have an Italian that's very confident that call F as mean, but I think that confidence is kind of just pushing back the stereotype of that confidence being the mean girls,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah. I think that's a
kind of
bigger
the thing that
topic
people
too,
have
is
a
like,
misconception of.
yeah, the misconstruction of like being a mean girl versus being confident, you know? And like where
Oh,
the
fucking
difference
yeah,
is in that.
bitch. Yeah. There's such a big difference. Like all of us, all of you, and like everyone that we role play with, like I've never had a problem with anyone. And like everyone is so sweet and like different from their characters. But yeah, I think it's a big thing. Like when you are playing a female character and you start to like stick up for yourself in role play, then all of a sudden you're either
Oh,
like
broke bird, that's a good
taken as a
question. I'll ask that in
joke
a
and it's
second.
like, oh, it's just SBS. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you shot Carmela, not a big deal. Like she's loud, she's this, she's that. But like, I don't know, just like sticking up for yourself does not make you mean. You know what I mean?
Also, yeah, and I feel like it doesn't make you mean. It doesn't. I think most people may seem have the concept like in character I'm talking about. It's just like, oh, we don't want to deal with these kind of girls or whatever. They're just loud and have like just get in their way or whatever
Don't
the
even
case
get
may.
me started.
I
Oh my
I
God.
Yeah.
that that is what, like I said, that is what Brooklyn is.
Yeah.
I think for people could tell her that all to her face, like, oh, you're this, you're that. But guess what? I don't give a fuck at the end of the day. It's just
Yeah.
because I have the same mannerism as you, you feel like I'm a threat. as far
Yep.
Brooklyn goes.
Yeah.
And she
Yep.
doesn't really care about that, honestly. She's not doing it for them. She's doing it for herself.
Yeah.
Like, so I think once you like someone
Absolutely.
like Brooklyn, she's a very like chill person, but once you keep poking her, she's gonna bark back, and you can't get
Yeah.
upset if she barks back.
Yeah. And that's the thing
Smash bark.
I bark for Kermit. So
Nope.
that's a
Next topic. No.
long
Just kidding.
long standing joke back there.
Deb.
But I think that's been something that's been interesting for like me exploring with Rosa is that obviously Rosa was like I don't want to say on a leash, but like definitely had her gloves on for the past year, like
Yeah.
she
Oh, for
had to get
sure.
along with everyone. She was friends with
Yeah.
cops and criminals and judges and all of, X, Y, and Z. And finally the gloves came off and Rosa Rosa's always been this way. Like people know it that are close with
Yeah.
her, but so many people are like, what the fuck? Like you're so mean now. Like I can't believe
Oh
you've
my.
changed and I
Yeah, 'cause
liked
you
you
don't have to
more back
watch.
then. Yeah, and so it's been
Oh
like
my
Rosa just
God.
telling people like I've always been this way and like take it or leave it, but I'm gonna protect the people I care about, and that has not settled well with a lot of characters, but it's been fun to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Paris is definitely a mean girl, so
Yeah,
Paris
but like
is
in
a
a
bully.
fun, playful way. Like
yeah.
the movie Mean Girls, I feel like that is like the perfect way to play it because it's so like dramatic
Absolutely.
and over the top and
Exactly.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's
I
what
play
we think
Paris like a
of.
very
That's what we
overdramatic
think of
mean
Mean Girls
girl.
are from
yeah,
the movie,
exactly. Like
Yeah.
not like
pink,
Mean.
blonde, all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's
I don't think
perfect.
anyone's like sitting there plotting on. Grant, no, I take that back. Rosa definitely has plotted some people's downfalls and followed through. But I think for like the most part on
Same
this is like
Paris.
when we're just like farting around town, like we're not sitting there planning the meanest things we could possibly say to somebody. Like
right?
I don't know.
It's literally just like I'm sorry, but it's content at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, I guess
And we're
it's just
doing
Absolutely.
what
more
our
like
characters would
wittiness,
do.
I guess, with Paris.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it would be so fucking boring if everyone was friends. Like, I love the
Absolutely.
whole like feud and everything. I love whenever Carmela has like little enemies and stuff. Like Carmela and
Yeah.
Chatterbox have been enemies for so long. Carmine is like one of my new favorite characters. I think Carmine was around in 2.0 as well, but I guess like kind of new to me with RPing. I love hanging out with Carmine just because I can be so mean and just like
Mhm.
go back and forth.
Yeah.
And I know it's not going to get like taken the wrong way or whatever. It is just so much fun. And Mama too, like just characters where you
Oh,
can like
Mama.
tell that you're like fighting and like being mean, but like it's all in fun and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Small arch nemesis, and when you see him on the street, it's like great.
Oh my God,
Like,
Rosa's
oh my God, it's
perfect.
this
yeah.
person.
And I think it's funny that we all have these like characters that we have this ongoing banter with. Like Rosa hates the rent-a-cop that's at the city hall. Doesn't even know his name, but like wants that guy to
Oh,
die every day.
yes,
Hates that
him,
guy.
him.
And so it's like I don't know. I think that's fun, but it's also when you get those deeper. And I want to talk about too like the Nunu storyline that's happened. Like Nora and I, as people, are really good friends. Like we talk all the
Right?
time. I like check in on her to make sure when like RP seems tough because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say she's new to RP, but she was new, I guess, 6-7 months ago. And
Yeah.
so this like intense conflict that's happened between Rosa and Nunu has been really good for both of us, like, grow our
The
characters.
story
Yeah,
wise,
like
yeah.
their personalities and like how they respond to conflict. But like so many people are like, oh, that story is like overdone, drop it. Like, viewers come in and they're
Really?
like, why is this continuing? Like, and Nora and I talk about it and we're like, we're not ready to just like drop this and have it move on, like this is something good for our characters. And so I don't know. It's an interesting like dichotomy of like trying to figure out the balance of that.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah.
I love Nora. I've had like with Nunu like many like conflicts with her in Brooklyn, constant like over and over, and it's become like intense. And I shit you not, we were just in DMs laughing about it
Yeah.
because it's
Right?
so fucking funny,
Same.
and
Yeah.
I
Oh
love
my
that.
gosh.
And not really. It's nice to know that because it does. We tend to get like look over like our screens to see if like everyone's kind of enjoying, and you just there's probably one
Yeah.
or two. She's like, oh my God, like you're taking it way too far, or like you see something on other social
Mm-hmm.
media talking about taking it the wrong way, you kind of get in
The
your head a little bit. But
stance.
so it's nice to even like talk to the streamer behind the character and be like, yeah, everything's just
Yeah.
funny,
Yeah.
No,
at the end
that's
of the day.
normally what I do. I feel like if I'm like second guessing something, I will reach out to the person no matter what, just because I want to make sure it's fun for both of us. But literally, like, I've never had a problem with people and like RP and everything. There's never been like hard
Yeah.
feelings or whatever. It's
Yeah.
literally just the viewers that don't understand it and just make up that narrative of, oh my God, they hate each other.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this, that.
Mean girl.
It,
All right, I have
it's
something that's a
crazy.
little different. Another question is, what is your
Yeah.
favorite flaw that your character has?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go first just because
Okay.
it's my favorite. But I love how Carmela is naive. Like I've always played her like that. Like, oh my God, there's a fucking clown walking down an alleyway. You know, any normal person would be like, oh, bitch, let's get the
The
fuck out
blonde
of
girl in a
here.
horror movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
one thing about me, if I feel like Carmela is gonna be like kidnapped or like put in some kind of like serious situation where she's like scared or shouldn't do it, I'm gonna fucking do it. It's
Yeah.
so funny to see like people coming in the chat and being like, oh my God, no, Carmela's gonna get shot. And I'm just like, yeah, I gotta hope she does.
Like, that's the
that would be
point.
fun. Okay, everyone else, what's your favorite
Hmm.
Ooh.
favorite flaw?
I guess it's a flaw that like I guess Paris overcame in roleplay, but like for example, like like in character the 8-1-A group when Paris was like helping them. I guess like even though I talk about Paris being mean all the time, but sometimes I'll make Paris be super like helpful, and it can
Yeah,
lead to like backstabbing or betrayal, which I love. Which I love. I think that's so fun. Like, please betray Paris. Come on, let's do.
I love that too. Like, give me all the drama. Let's like betray each other. Let's fight. This and
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, my chat calls it mothering. So when my chat says no more
Oh,
mothering, that's what they
Oh
mean.
God.
mothering. I
No
love
more
that.
mothering.
Mother too hard.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess another one maybe would be, I guess Paris when she is mean, like she can like I guess that is another flaw, but I don't know. I love that flaw. So
Aw, that's good. I feel like it works perfect. You know, Paris mothering. Perfect. Love it.
I don't know. I feel like Rosa, like, one of the big things that I've noticed is that, like, caring too much, and that sounds like one of those fake interview answers that's like, oh, that's a perfect answer, but like chronically caring too much to the point where like she hurts other people. And like
Aw.
that comes up in like not knowing when to back off or like not knowing when to like let a situation go or a person go or like walk away. And that gets her into a lot of trouble. Granted, I'm a
For
Libra
sure.
and the Libra comes out in Rosa because I'm indecisive as fuck on everything I do.
Right?
But that like the DOJ, like some days I like sit at the courthouse and I've quit and I'm like, oh, I care too much. But also like the temper on Rosa. I struggle so much because I am not like I'm an outgoing person, but like not like in an aggressive way in any way.
Oh, yeah.
So I
Same.
struggle so much sometimes to like have those conflict moments, but like once I unleashed that in RP, I was like game over. Like I'm gonna tear someone a new one. And it gets her in a
Ooh.
lot of fucking trouble. Like it really does. And I've said some things in role play like that come out of Rosa's mouth and I'm like, where did that even come from? Like
The
you need to
Libra.
yeah.
The fucking Libra.
Listen,
That's
I'm
where
on
it
the
came
cusp
from,
of a
bitch.
Scorpio. I was born on the 21st, so I mean,
Oh,
that's where it
okay. Well,
comes
that's
from.
where it fucking came
But
from, bitch.
yeah, I think the anger. It's like I don't know. She's a little crazy.
I
You
love
like it,
that. I support crazy women, okay?
right?
Like,
Amen.
crazy women are the best. Angel, do
I
you have a
think
favorite flaw?
I think she's too forgiving in a sense where someone can do the way like something terrible to her and she probably shouldn't forgive that person, but she's always going to give a person a fourth, a fifth chance every
As a
single
parasite,
fucking
please no
time.
mothering.
And she is just, I don't know, she's
Oh,
way
that's
too forgiving
funny.
and I wish she wasn't,
That's
because I
funny.
think she's so blinding on wanting to I'd rather have someone like be on like cordial grounds and have someone like more enemies to look
Yeah.
over her shoulder, kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of like be on good terms with people, even if they don't deserve it. Oh my God,
Absolutely.
me. I'm
Me.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah, that's really good though. Honestly, like I said, I'm a Brooklyn fan. I'm Brooklyn's number one stan. The number of things that you come up with like the tiniest situations, I love it.
God.
So
That's
good.
Yeah.
like I've loved seeing Brooklyn. It's the most frustrating thing for Rosa ever because Rosa like wanted to go to war over Brooklyn, and then like the next day they were friends again, and Rosa sat there and was like, what do I do? Like, do I let this go or do I not let this go? Do I hold a grudge for Brooklyn? And so it's made I think a lot of people think deeper on like, what are we gonna do? You
Ooh.
know?
Okay, I have kind of a spicy question. So
Ooh.
you do not have to answer if you don't want to, but did you enjoy No Pixel when you first started playing on the server?
Whew.
Mm,
Mm.
mm. Like when I
Me and
first
Nyasu were in 2.0.
when
Mm.
well, so I first started playing on Bingo the clown.
That was your first character?
I was like, I played Bingo before I played Paris.
Bitch, what?
Yeah, so that was fun. But I think when Paris first came in, she like
You're fucking
became
clown.
friends with she became friends with Alana, and in Paris's first week she was getting hunted by the Ballas. So I was like, oh
Oh
my god, I
my
was like, damn.
God. Next question. Next question.
My gosh.
Oh my God. I only asked because I mean, I'll be completely honest here. I did not enjoy my first couple, probably my first couple weeks on No Pixel, in 2.0. And I feel like it's because I was kind of like one of the first women that were just, you know, loud, confident,
Mm,
myself, da 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 da.
Mhm.
And then, you know, you add on the character of Carmela that's like super extra and dramatics, and then everything's like times 100. And there really were not a lot of girlies at the
Yeah.
time. And it was really hard for me to kind of like find my place. And oh my God, I'm really happy that it worked out the way that it did, but I feel like, oh my gosh, it made me so unconfident for a little bit because I was just kind of like, oh, people don't like the way that I act, or why are all these people laughing at me whenever I speak, or like, why are all these people reacting to my clips and like laughing at me for content? Why is it like this? But I decided to like kind of push through with it because everybody spoke so highly of NoPixel, and obviously like you know, it's the number one server, it's the most popular.
Right.
A lot of so many amazing role players and streamers on it as well. So I really wanted it to work out and I wanted to find my place on Carmela. And luckily, like what, 3 years later, I feel like I did. And you know, I have a way better understanding of things. But yeah, at the beginning, it kind of was not that fun being, you know, the loudest bitch on the goddamn server. It was not that fun.
Okay, I just want
yeah.
to say, Carmen, so I was never a No Pixel. I didn't even know No Pixel was a thing until like I
Uh-huh.
applied. But I did know about you and Carmela, and I knew about you because of this
Oh,
girl I role played with, on Echo, who was like, she and I were friends OC, and she was like, I want to play my character like how Carmen plays Carmela, like, you know, unapologetically
what?
herself, you know, like not afraid to back down. And so I watched one of your streams one time and I was like, this girl really is like paving the way because at the time, I think this was probably like
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
What?
paved the way for so many girls to like be able to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
themselves and like outspoken and like not back down. And like, I know that's not a new concept for girls, but in the gaming space, like
Oh,
you kind of are
yeah.
one of the
All
first
right.
people to like, I don't know. So
Yeah.
thank
Oh,
you.
She paved the way.
what
She
the
paved the way.
True.
Thank you.
True.
I mean, you know, maybe on like a very small scale, but obviously, you know, power in numbers. Now there's so many more girlies and RP and everything. So, you know, if I contributed in like a very, very small scale for like one person, then I'm happy. So
Definitely
it all
did.
worked out.
Gosh. Okay, the question, did I like No Pixel when I joined? Um, that's a really hard question for me. So I joined and was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, very excited, you know,
Aw.
because I came, I think a lot of people know, so a lot of the CG guys had gotten or switched servers for a week, whatever. They came to Echo,
I remember
and
that. Yeah.
yeah, I ran into them and we had like a really fun storyline and it was like a great week, whatever. And Shots actually, he and I talked afterwards and he was like, "You're a great like lawyer character. Have you thought about No Pixel?" I had no clue. Um,
Ooh.
and he was like,
So
"I
you
think
didn't
you."
know No Pixel at all?
I like peripherally like kind of knew about it. Like that girl had talked about you and I like had seen some No Pixel stuff, but I wasn't like a Twitch watcher at all.
Okay, so you
Um,
kind of you
yeah,
didn't
so I
like
didn't really
really know
know.
about
And
it.
I still am like I've only been streaming for like a year at this point, so I still am like new to streaming and the streamers as a whole. Um,
Yeah.
but so I came and I was super excited. I was like, "Oh, this sounds like a great server. Sounds like a lot of really insane RP. I'm really excited for these stories that are going to happen." And I came and started to stream it, and I was so overwhelmed. Like
How come? Like from the
good and
RP
bad.
or the
So
viewers? They're
both.
like,
The RP was like
oh,
very fast paced for me. And I had come from Echo where like I had run, the defense side of DOJ where like, number one bitch in charge type of thing to a
yeah.
nobody that nobody would talk to. I was like just a shadow, it seemed like in No Pixel. And it's hard. And I think Angel can probably attest to this. It's really hard coming in to a server that's so well established. And like these
Yeah.
stories have been going on for like 3 years at this point, some of them.
Yeah.
And so you
Yeah.
step in and you're like, oh my God, I'm brand new. Like, I don't know a single person. This is so
And that's
terrifying.
scary too. It's
Yeah.
like coming into, your senior year of high school at a new school. Like
No,
all the
literally.
cliques are formed.
Like a
Yeah.
foreign
Everyone
exchange
has all these
student coming in.
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone talks about you for the first month because,
Yeah.
you're the new hot topic. You're the
Exactly.
new girl. Yeah, I totally get
And I
it.
struggled a lot because like I had RP'd for a long time. And like I streamed a little bit when I like on the tail end of Echo, but never really streamed RP. I struggled a lot with like the instant, I talk about this a lot with my chat, the instant feedback loop of like you're getting instant responses of like what people think of your role play that very second. And
Oh
so it's hard
yeah.
sometimes if someone comes into chat and like my mods are great about getting rid of it, but if they're like, that was a really stupid decision, like why did Rosa do this? Da 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 da.
What?
Like I struggle sometimes to like continue with the way I wanted to do it and like not let that get into my head. Um and it's way better now and I don't give a fuck. People can say whatever they want in my chat and I
Yeah.
laugh at them. But your first month, you're like, oh, I want to make everyone happy. Like I want this to be a good
Oh
thing.
yeah,
And
for
Yeah.
yeah,
sure.
it's scary.
Yeah, and also like even if you don't take it personal, like let's be real, if you have a really good day of RP and you're like you had a lot of fun yourself and then you go and read like a meta chat or like you see something on Twitter and it's like a group of people that did not like your RP and they're like mad about decisions that you made. Yeah, that's going to be pretty annoying to see.
Oh
Or
yeah.
like, it can be a little bit demotivating and then you kind of have to question yourself and be like, okay, now do I like go back and like reverse
Yeah.
everything that I did? Do I like
Yeah.
can I get a redo? Like, what do I
And
do?
of course, if you like try to like talk to a friend about, and not even a friend, but like if in this, when I was brand new, I would be like, oh my God, what do I do? Like these people hate me. And everyone was like, oh, just ignore them. Like, just ignore it. And I was like, I'm
Yeah.
a new streamer and on a new person on NoPixel. Like, I'm learning. Give me some grace
Yeah.
here. I don't know. Um, it gets
No,
better,
totally.
but I don't know. Angel, I want to hear your thoughts on that too, because I know you're,
What was the question or that to answer?
how
What do
did
you
you
Um,
mean?
feel about NoPixel
first
when you,
experience in No Pixel. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I
Oh,
enjoyed it. Like obviously I haven't been around as long, so I don't probably have the same probably experience that you guys have more
yeah.
that you guys have. But I think for right now, it's been cool. It's been fun. I have enjoyed it. There are obviously downfalls. As you said, something you said, Rosa, about decisions making and feeling like influenced by if you go read like a meta chat or whatever, it's just kind of like
Yeah.
second guessing of your decisions. That kind of is very shitty because I tend to get in my feelings about certain decisions I have made. I'll be honest, I think for me being coming in is still very so new to like something that's a transition, something like Wild RP
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
something
Yeah. Yeah.
no pick. So I think it's way more if it, I feel way more weird
Path, you
about it on
absolute
no
shitter.
pixel than I did on
Just
Wild
kidding.
because
No,
Wild is
no,
so more
Path is a
immersive
shitter.
kind of
Let's be
thing.
real.
And like with
Hmm.
no pixel, it's just like kind of like on the spot. And it's just kind of like,
Mhm.
well, probably later on if you get shit for or not that decision or what you said, like people make you feel shitty about.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
far as that, but
My God,
like
I literally had to go through after my
yeah.
first month and like mute certain words on Twitter. Like I don't look at meta chats
Oh,
for a
really?
reason,
Oh my
but I would
God.
like mute certain topics, and I've unmuted most of them because I don't give a fuck now. But um, I had to protect my peace a little bit, you know?
I mean, yeah, that's true. If something is like affecting you like that, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like it's the
Um,
biggest thing. Well, actually, I mean, this is another question, I guess. What would
ooh,
You're
you
gonna
guys say
spam
to someone
hydras in my chat one
who's
day? What?
new at role playing? Because I feel like the one thing I say is to do not read anything. Like log in,
Mm-hmm.
play, and then log out.
Yup.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah,
The moment you linger and try to say, well, it's very hard to say that, right? Easy said than done, because
Yeah.
you're gonna want like, oh, let me go search it. Maybe somebody likes my character. What do they think about my character? There's like 100 million positivities of comments, but that one negative comment will let you like
Yeah.
get you up through the
yeah,
night.
Yeah.
So it's very hard said and done. I think it is okay to look at feedback, right? Maybe something you could barely
yeah,
work on or whatever the case may be. But I would say don't look too deep into the negative route,
Yeah.
because you are
Yeah.
gonna fuck up your mentality of not making you not
yeah,
want to
yeah,
role play
that's
anymore.
Yeah.
true.
So
I
like if you're kind of new to RP, I would my like small advice is just like don't look into don't jump into that dark hole or that rabbit hole of the negativity and focus on that, because you're only
100%.
gonna just you're not understanding, you're just gonna like shit on yourself, and you don't have to do that
Yeah.
when there's a
Yeah,
million other people, including the streamers that you do RP with, think you're amazing.
Yeah.
that is so
Yeah.
true. Like, yeah, that's really what it's all about. Like you having fun, your community having fun, and the people you role play with having fun. Like, fuck everyone else. I honestly, I don't mind Twitter at all. I will read
Yeah.
that, and sometimes I torture myself by looking at meta chats. You know, it's my guilty pleasure. I just like to laugh at it sometimes, but yeah, I know damn well not to read YouTube comments,
Oh my
especially
God.
Mm-hmm.
if I have face cam in like the picture or whatever. Yeah, you
Oh,
could not
people
pay
are
me to read
so
YouTube comments.
mean when you that's like I've stopped turning my camera and I need to get back to it because like I just do. But people can be so mean for no reason on that kind of stuff. And like you can
Yeah,
be having a fabulous day and you're like, this was such good role play and like I loved what I did and all of this. And like for me, like I have Reddit off my computer. Like I have don't
good
look
for
at it. I
you.
refuse. But like a few times people have sent me something like, "Hey, you should probably be aware that this is on Reddit," type of thing. And those times I'm like,
Ooh.
"Thank you," because yeah, I probably should be aware of that, but also like uh, I don't know. That shit can break your spirit so bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of hate people that, well, not hate, but I don't like when people show like, oh, here's this hate post about you. Just thought that you should see. Like,
Yeah.
I
Like
don't want to
what?
see
Like,
that
why would I
shit. Like,
want to see
don't
that?
send it to me.
I
It's like,
know.
You
oh
messy
my
bitch.
God. Like, why are you showing this to me? And then it's like, okay, now I have to click it.
Yeah.
Like, let me
Oh
fucking take
my
a look.
God. It's like a car crash that
Um,
you can't look away from sometimes. You're like, "Oh."
Yeah, like PSA, we don't want to see the hate. Like, I get it. If you come across it, you are going to come across something at all times, but like, don't send it to the streamer
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like
Send it
the
to the
YouTuber or whatever.
mods and
Yeah,
that's
send it to the
it.
mods or like just ignore it. Like, downvote it. Like, it's the internet. All of us are going to get like hate at one point. You know, if it's like a safety concern or like something like
Yeah.
really fucked up, then yeah, that's different. But if it's a comment that's literally like, I hate this stupid fucking whore. Why are you sending it to me? Like, I don't want to
Oh
see
my
this
God.
shit.
I'll be honest. I think I'm getting better at laughing at the hate now,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Oh,
there are
same.
some that are literally dead ass hilarious. Like they'll try to be so offensive, but it's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
no.
think
I
I
totally
think me and
agree.
Carmen have talked privately in DMs of shit I've sent her of like
Oh,
what I've
yeah.
gotten. And I'm like, it's
It's
so
just
fucking
so
fun. It's like you have that much time on here, but it's so fucking funny. It's ridiculous that
No,
people
can I
Right.
care
say
that
one of
much.
them?
Yes.
I got an email that was literally like, "You dumb bitch. I can't wait until Brooklyn stills your man, whore."
Oh,
Like something like that. I was like, "What the
Oh my
fuck?" And I
right.
God.
sent it to Angel. I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
"What is going on?"
It
Like
was
a lot of
it's
them
like
are
it was literally like
funny.
the same person, because they were emailing me saying like, "Oh my god, go cloud chase somewhere else, get on
Yeah.
Carmella, sit
That's
with
the
your
And
same
it was
shit
the
I
same
got.
email.
And
And
you
they're
know,
like coming to me being like,
the
you're so
nerve.
boring. Brooklyn's gonna steal your
the
man. And I was
funniest
like,
part is that
Oh.
these people are
Carmen and I
not
went
real.
through this shit too. Like when I first came to the server, everyone was like, Carmella hates Rosa. Like Carmella's gonna kill Rosa. Like
I
stay the fuck away from
know.
Carmella. Like crazy stuff. And you're like, and I eventually became like, I didn't know you before, you know? And so when we became friends, I was like, oh my God, these people are fucking crazy. But in the moment, I'm like
Yeah.
alone. I didn't have a single friend in No Pixel besides Shots. And I was like,
Aw.
what does this mean? Like, who are these people? Where are they coming from? And now I look back and I'm like, that is so
Absolutely.
funny. Like, it cracks me up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like you just have to laugh about it at the end of the day. Like, obviously, there are some people that are just like insane and like they need to get off the internet and go to jail for
Literally.
sure. But yeah, like the dumbass little
my
iPad
God.
kids, like I will laugh at you. Like,
The
okay,
Bobby
you're 13
Porters
years
of
old,
real life.
you're on summer break, you don't have a babysitter. Like, I get it, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh at you.
I don't know. I think I'm so happy like everyone's in a place, at least like our friend group, that like we just laugh at it now. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, people get upset over it. Like there are some actual nasty shit that is said sometimes, but like I think everyone, it's like, give us your fucking best. We're probably gonna be in a group chat laughing at you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
be so for real.
I feel like personally, this is like another tip for anyone that's like either content creating or like role playing or whatever. I feel like whenever I see a comment that like affects me and starts to hurt me, it just means I need to go outside.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
go to the
Yeah, go
mall,
get some
go
fresh
to the movies,
air.
touch grass. And then, you realize that there's a whole like world outside the computer where no one gives a fuck
Oh
about
my
this
God,
stuff. No
right.
one's going to walk up to you and be like, you stupid fucking trashy whore. Like, no
Unless it's a
one's
crackhead.
going to do that. Okay, yeah. But then I'm going to laugh.
Bro, I'm humbled so fast whenever I like, even if I'm just like a little off after RP, which sometimes happens, you know, like you end RP and you're just like, like today was weird. I
Yeah.
go and talk to my family, and my family's like, how's that little internet thing you do? Which they're all convinced I'm a cam girl,
Aw.
first of all, which is so uncomfortable.
Help.
But they're always like, how's that little internet thing? And I'm like, okay, I feel humbled. Like, no one knows anything that's happening. Like,
Right?
this is not real. This is, and you just sit there and laugh.
Yeah, it's literally not real. And there's like more important things, I'm sure, in all of our lives for us to, worry about, opinions of random fucking
Yeah.
I words does not matter.
High words. Is that a bad word here?
Are you allowed to say incel on Twitch?
I have
I
no
just said
idea.
it.
I
We're
guess
all
we'll see.
banned. Well,
Going down.
Well,
catch
shit.
y'all later.
We'll go down
So,
together.
sorry, my bad.
So another question is, if you could interact with your characters, what would you say to them?
I got
Like
that one too.
us as ourselves, or like us?
You and yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
I would be like,
Girl,
Use
be
some
single.
toner.
Ooh.
I don't know what I'd say to her.
use some toner.
Humble yourself. I don't know.
I feel like I would say be single. Or maybe I would have said that to Carmela like a year ago or something like that, because I feel like for a long time Carmela kind of bounced between like relationship to relationship, boyfriend, boyfriend,
Yeah.
talking to like 5 guys at the same time, and I'd be like, girl, just calm it down. That's probably what I'd say. But Carmela loves her toxic relationship, so
Love a little
like,
toxic.
I can't help that girl. She's like, she loves the toxicity. She's not gonna listen.
I think
God.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll side comment here. I think Carmela and Rami's really is the most funniest
Oh,
fucking thing ever.
100%.
I
It's
feel like that's
so
like the
Yeah.
fucking fun.
perfect example of just like pure, like fun role play. Like
Yeah.
everyone
it's
should take
really
some
good.
notes from that.
Yeah, I feel like that's why it's kind of like lasted as long as it has, because I think both Rami and I, we know what we are and aren't, comfortable
Right.
with and all that. And, I got a really good friend out of relationship RP and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And it's never uncomfortable or like all that stuff. So,
Oh my
great.
God. This actually is a good launching point to another thing. I would tell Rosa, I'm going to say my answer, then I'll ask the question. I would tell Rosa to stop being a dumbass and keep her job. Like, you gave up a good thing to rob a bank once in a while. Like, come on, dumb bitch. Like,
Oh my
let's be
God.
real. But that goes back. Okay, so the launching point is a lot of times people, like if you talk to a guy in RP or like you have this fun flirty like joke moment, it turns into like
Little something new.
speculation of like,
Yeah.
are they dating and what's happening? And like, I'll just say for me, like Rosa and Vinny's relationship has been the best thing because like Shots is like, I've said this a million times, has been like a streaming mentor to me, you know, like such a good friend. And like, I've met his
Yeah.
wife. Like, she is a beautiful, kind, amazing human being. And like, I don't
Gorgeous.
have to ever worry about that. And I came from servers that like people would get really scary.
Oh, people on public
Mm,
servers love
Yeah.
to
mhm.
EJ.
And
Yes.
so it was like like instant protection for me of like I don't have to worry about that because I have this like excuse of like, oh, Rose is dating someone, like fuck off type of thing. Like I don't know, have you
Yeah.
guys experienced that kind of stuff or like has that been concerns or like how do you deal with that?
Like,
I've
ooh,
had it on public servers where I've literally had like girls DM me on Discord and be like, don't fucking flirt
Oh
with
my
my
God.
boyfriend. We're dating IRL. And I'd be like, girl, now I'm
What?
going to fucking flirt with him more, like just to piss you off. Like, leave me alone. Oh my God. And like public servers are the worst. I swear, like random fucking public servers within like 5 seconds of RPing with the guy, they're in your DMs doing like,
Mm-hmm.
where you're from.
you trying
Hey
to take this
baby.
out of role
Yeah.
play? You
You
trying
got
to slow each other?
You got
Snapchat.
Snapchat. That's what it always
Um,
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
know if
know.
I've had anything weird. Well, hmm.
Ooh. I
Well,
mean,
nothing
go ahead.
weird
No.
towards me in terms of,
Yeah, it doesn't have
I
to be
guess,
towards you, but
relationship
like I guess just your
RP.
opinion on it.
Um, like opinion on like relationship RP.
No. Like I don't know. Whatever you want to say.
Um, I think I used to have this problem. I don't have this problem anymore. It was like a long time ago where I had like some viewers that would really take like relationship or roleplay like so seriously.
Oh, same.
And I
Perm
was like
ban, perm ban, perm ban.
literally like ban, ban, ban. But I don't know. I think it's just I don't really do that much anymore. Like I used to make Paris flirt a lot. Oh god,
Okay,
she's in
wait.
quite blue harlot.
I have an opinion on relationship RP. I don't know if you're all gonna agree or whatever. It
Mhm.
might just be like, my opinion and whatnot, but obviously a lot of people on NoPixel or even like other servers and stuff like that have started real life relationships because of roleplay, and I think that's
Mm.
awesome and so cool. But my opinion is I feel like, if you're doing relationship RP and it does evolve into something like
Mhm.
bigger than that, I think you should stop the RP. That's just my
Oh my
opinion.
God.
I feel
Yeah.
like focus on, the actual real life aspect of that, but do not mix that into
Right.
the
Yeah.
server because one, I don't want a fucking third wheel.
Yeah.
Like actually role playing and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Absolutely.
That's so weird that you say
Absolutely.
this because I had this exact conversation with somebody last night about, in
Yeah.
general, like if you were to ever start dating someone from RP, like how would you handle
Mm-mm,
that? And I straight
mm-mm.
up was like, I would quit. Like I would quit RP probably. Like even at least in the same server because like I don't know. I would feel
Really?
so weird about that. Or we would have to have like a very like I don't care if you flirt with somebody in RP. Like I would
Yeah.
genuinely not give a fuck, but I would
Yeah.
like it would always be in the back. Granted, this is coming from a chronically single person's and who hasn't been in a relationship in a very long time. But I would always in the back of my head be like, okay, are they gonna get mad at me if I flirt with somebody in RP? You know? Like and that's
Oh
that's my
yeah.
insecurity in relationships, let's be real. But I would always be like, are you mad at me? Like are you gonna be
Really?
upset about this? But I also have had very toxic
Oh.
relationships for a very long time.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
So,
do it. I wouldn't do it. Like,
really? Okay, maybe I'm different because I've like been with people that like knew about like streaming and like RP and stuff like that, and they never cared. At least they never said it. Because I feel like whenever I'm streaming and I'm really into the RP and like um the conflict and stuff like that, I feel like I'm totally immersed and I feel like it's not real. Because I don't feel attraction through the
oh
computer
yeah, for
yeah,
screen,
no,
which
no,
sure.
I meant I wouldn't. I
I
wouldn't.
just I mean the
I
other way
wouldn't date an
around.
RP or I wouldn't date one.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't
It's
think
like
I'd
a
date a streamer. Like one of us
Y-
has to be mentally
yeah.
stable.
Yeah.
You can't
I
both
think
be on
that's
the
what I'm
computer all
getting at. I'm like
day.
I don't know how I would feel about this or like I would have to find someone that's like totally fine with me. Like this is a career, you know, this is a
Yeah,
second
yeah,
job for me, but
yeah.
like this is a career and you're gonna have to be okay with it. And like you need to trust me in this.
Yeah.
Because like this is just a funny thing, you know? And that is hard for me to find, but I also like again, toxic relationships. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. Obviously, it's boundaries and like different for everyone. And, maybe to some people, it could be weird if, your girlfriend or partner is on the computer being like, oh my God, hey, babe, and like role play and stuff
Exactly.
like that.
Hey.
Yeah. Like maybe that could
But I also
hurt
think there's
someone.
a difference too in like if you're streaming this, that's one thing because you're not hiding anything. But I think there is kind of
Yeah.
like a fear and this happens sometimes. I've heard stories of like people offline RPing and it gets a little intense, like whatever. Like
Mm.
if that
Oh,
ever happened and I was dating someone who's doing that, I'd be like, fuck you. Like, no, this is not
Yeah.
just your career anymore.
yeah, that's
Right.
weird. That is not like an actual like if you're not recording it or like streaming it for content, then yeah, that's
And like
different.
I
But
want to be sure I'm saying this. I don't mean this in general. Like I mean this if you're in a committed relationship with somebody that you're not RPing with. I don't care if you offline RP with people and like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're
No,
single, do whatever the fuck you
exactly.
want. Let your freak flag fly. Like I'm not gonna yuck your yum. But if you're in a committed
Don't get
relationship
me
Yeah.
with
banned on
somebody,
Twitch. I don't judge, okay?
yeah, if
As
you're
long as you don't get me banned, I
exactly,
don't care.
yeah, as long as you're not like stepping out of a relationship, I guess to do that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
I have a
crazy.
follow up question. Do you think some of the RP relationships turn into real relationships? Yes,
No.
Wait, I
they
didn't get
do.
to answer my
Oh,
question.
yeah, okay, okay, go back.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So the question before uh you said yours what it was if you could interact with your character, what would you say to them? I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't necessarily say anything to Brooklyn. The thing I really want to do with Brooklyn was if I ever was to talk to her face, just give her a hug. I would really
Aw.
just want to give her because I
Oh.
feel like Brooklyn probably
She
wouldn't be
needs.
someone like myself, and I would probably want to be like Brooklyn. So instead of
Yeah.
words,
Yeah,
I would give her a hug.
Oh, I'm
that's
gonna hug
sweet.
Brooklyn
Yeah,
next time I see
I'm
her.
probably I would
I'm
grab Brooklyn by
metagaming this.
When I
the
log
collar
in
and
and
be
hug
like, "Girl,
Brooklyn.
step away from the
Like,
men." But
get us.
Period. Let's diver and hug. I think Paris. No, you do this so quick because it's so new to me that you like voice like what you're doing instead of typing it. It's
Oh
so
my
Flips
God.
fucking
I don't
hair.
even know
Oh
where that
funny.
came from.
yeah.
Walks away and
Jumps
flips
on
hair
you.
into your
Like
face.
just her.
uh,
Oh my goodness.
But what was your
someone just
question?
asked if you think RP relationships turn into real relationships, and I said,
Well,
"Yeah, they
they.
do." I
I
mean,
Yeah,
mean,
people
yeah,
in No Pixel
realistically.
have
like
done
Yeah. And
it.
I think good for
I
them.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. But they,
my first
it's not
instinct for me
right to
is to
there.
say like, "No, I would never," but I also am like, "Who the fuck am I? I don't know. I don't think
I
I ever
wouldn't.
would. I would be
Okay,
weirded
I
out, but
will say I have fallen for someone on RP before. It was
okay, I have
not
to."
on No Pixel. It was back in like 2019 when I was on public servers, and I never fucking thought that would ever happen because like, hello, it's like role play and all this stuff. But yeah, there was this guy on a server, and I totally had like a huge cringy crush on him, and like it was crazy because I was like, how the fuck did I like catch feelings via the web or like role play? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um,
I
yeah,
did
it was a
too.
really sweet moment.
Not in No Pixel. This was like years ago, but I
Yeah.
fell for somebody and like went to go visit them and it was like, a good
Oh,
thing.
it
Oh,
was
Yeah, it
they
was
got a
serious. It was
flight. Oh my
yeah, I caught a flight. I
serious.
caught a
god.
flight. Um and it actually like this is kind of spicy and like I'm going to just talk about it and someone might be in here that's going to get a little mad about me talking about this, but whatever.
Ooh.
I fell for somebody and then my life, okay, I'm going to be sappy for a second but then spill. So right when I was leaving Echo, like right in that time frame, my mom passed away, and so then I just like disappeared from the internet for like 2 months. I was like done, whatever.
Or
Coincidentally, that was like literally the week after I got back from visiting this person. And so I ended things with them. I was like, I'm just not in a good like mental spot, whatever. Like, this is nothing on you. I just, I can't. And then after that, I joined No Pixel, and that person, and Some people are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about, so I'm like, I'm blushing.
You don't have to say it if you
No,
don't
I'll
want
say it. I
to.
don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Some that person in the community then was like, "Oh, she, widow went to No Pixel." This is so fucking funny to think back on, because she's dating X, Y, and Z streamer, and she broke up with me
What?
because she was in love with this streamer who I've
Uh-uh.
never at that point even spoken to. And it just was like
What
this
the hell?
hilarious drama thing that I didn't even know was happening because I had moved on.
I'm so
Um,
sorry.
yeah, it's don't be sorry. It was like it's funny to think about now because I'm like, you knew exactly what happened. Like, don't try to spin this into something it wasn't. But I don't know.
That's fucking nasty, and
Yeah,
someone that's trying to blame you for their
exactly.
own actions, because 'cause I'm sure you had a reason to cut them off and move on and all that,
Yeah,
and they just don't wanna admit to it,
yeah.
so
And that person was like
fuck
leading the
that.
charge of like clout chaser goes to no pixel, abandons
Oh my
relationship.
god.
Yeah, it's bad.
Please.
Mad,
That's
mad.
that's
Yeah,
the thing. I don't know if I could date a streamer either.
girl,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
of the
know.
drama that might
Uh-huh.
come from it. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never, dated someone that, like, does the same thing, like YouTube or streaming. Never done it. I don't know if I would. Maybe if they had, like, a healthy balance, because I feel like, I'm definitely the mentally ill one of the relationship. We can't both be on the computer all day.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like catch myself sometimes, and I don't know if you guys feel this way, and the mentality of like when I grow up, mentality of like, when I grow up and I meet somebody and I'm not a streamer anymore, then I catch myself and I'm like, this could be a long-term thing. I need to switch my perspective
Yeah.
as like, how would I be in a healthy relationship? What does that look like for me while being a streamer? Like, what are the boundaries I need to set in a relationship? What are things I need to look for? Um, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like that's a whole other, like, that is, like, a whole other episode right there.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
being in a relationship and dating when you're in the public eye, that is, like, a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I feel like,
Oh my God.
we
I'm gonna
could
write this down
totally go into
We
so
won't
we
get
can
that
talk
into
about.
deep into that right
next
now.
Yeah.
week. Yeah, that's something crazy. Okay, let me see some questions from my stream. What are your hopes for 4.0 or the 3.5
Hmm.
update or whatever? What is something that
Serious RP.
you want? Serious RP?
Yeah, I don't mind the like content base, but
Yeah.
I would like a balance. Like if I
Yeah.
want to do serious RP, you know, there's like I know it's there, but if I want to
Yeah.
like, just like go crazy, like
Fuck
I know it's
around
there.
and like do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like those
Because I
kind of
feel like
different options. That's really good.
2.0 was if 2.0 wasn't like serious roleplay, but it wasn't like as like content and fast
Yeah.
paced. And
I feel
then
like,
coming to 3.0, it was like whiplash.
oh yeah, 2.0 was definitely more serious than 3.0.
So like
But
a mix of 2.0 and 3.0,
yeah.
really.
I'm just excited for like a shakeup and stuff. So I'm ready to see like new and I don't want people to take this and run with it as a bad thing, but new people to have new things or new people to have experiences that others don't or opportunities or
Yeah.
Yeah.
mechanics, that isn't locked down to the same character or group. Um
Yeah.
and this is
True.
coming from a place that like granted I've been in No Pixel for a solid year now, but nothing's
Uh-huh.
changed. There haven't been any new heists, there haven't been any new like drugs that we can uncover to like have
Yeah.
as our thing and yeah, that's what I'm excited for.
I I somewhat understand like set people being in charge of like certain things in like roleplay, like with like the gun benches and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
because that's a big
yeah,
responsibility, like
because
OOC.
like I feel like it should be like you can like not gatekeep, like I'm not saying like keep the gatekeeping, but like
Gotta
open the
keep
gates,
everybody.
I think like
open
Yeah.
half
pacing
of
is a
the
better
gates, like make
better
it
word for it
possible to
too.
achieve
Yeah.
that somehow.
Yeah,
You
or
know
if
what I
like you
mean?
put the RP in for it, like on the like I know the girls have talked in role play about like finding new drugs and whatnot. If you put in the
Yeah.
work on the back end for it not to be as hard to get that outcome, um, which I understand. This is a server of 20, 40, I don't even know, thousands of people. Like they
Lots of
can't
people.
cater
Yeah.
to
Obviously
everyone.
not everyone can have a
Yeah,
Yeah.
chance,
but I am
but
excited for like at least an opportunity to potentially work towards that in 4.0.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I totally agree with like other people should have chances for stuff too, but then I also do see the other side of like, big like
Price that's a good.
responsibilities. OC, obviously, I don't think I could ever be trusted with anything, not gonna lie. But
Yeah.
I
Okay,
don't
you
know.
say
There
that,
are a
but
lot
like
of
you
things.
definitely could, you know? Like who knows? And I
Mm,
will say a
well,
lot of that
I
shit
mean, it
is
depends on
hard
what it
because
is.
it's like I said, pacing. So like with gun bunches and drug drops and whatnot, like you have to pace that for the service so the economy doesn't, you know, upend itself in the first month.
Yeah.
Because then you have to do stupid stuff like an eco wipe and like nobody likes to see that stuff.
Okay, I
Um,
was about to say I want to wipe so bad.
I would love a
I
wipe.
would
I want everything
well,
wiped. Like
I would
zero
want
fucking dollars.
an economy wipe super bad because wasn't there like something with like I don't know if we should get into it like too much, but like there was someone that was like they basically were
Yeah.
doing something with money that they shouldn't have. They basically ruined the economy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know about that.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know. I like, okay, this is gonna be so like annoying, but I have to admit it, I like grinding.
Okay,
I
I
do.
do
Really?
I do too.
I do like it. And like, I know I always play it off and stuff, but like some of my favorite times in 3.0 was hunting because I like the whole like,
Hunting.
yes, bitch, or fishing. Like I
Okay,
like the whole like
I
this
like
is coming
thrill of
from a
like
fishing
the
girl
the
who would
start of
hide in the
3.0.
barn
The
yeah.
fishing at the start
to
was
have
I
fun.
think
babies in
grinding
Red
makes
Dead.
sense to where it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like you're grinding like a MMO fucking
Well, and you're
person like
excited
level
for it.
up.
Yeah.
You're
But it
excited for the
seems like
outcome
more
of it.
story and depth of like trying to grind to like get,
Yeah.
Yeah.
established for sure.
Or
Start
for
of
Yeah.
grinding for
3.0
the point
fishing
of
was
like
fun with the
for like an
girls.
RP
Yeah,
story,
fishing
you
was
know?
fun, bitch.
I don't know. I think
I like it.
Carmen in the Barns and Red Dead is all I'm thinking about right now.
Okay, yeah. If you guys didn't know this, I literally had alarms on my phone to wake up at 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m., like this and that, just to do
Oh
like
my
horse breeding. And I would
god.
literally just jump out of bed, sit on my computer, set up the horse breeding, go back to bed, alarm, sit on my computer, breed horse, get back in bed. Like, I like
Well,
grinding. I'm sorry. I like having a schedule. It makes me feel like peace. Even if it's a video
Yeah.
game, I like having a fucking
Girl, I
list
used
of
to
things
wake
to
up
do.
at like 7 a.m. to go clock into Maldini's because I wanted money. Like, I've been
Bet.
there. Like,
I used to grind. I mean, obviously, I did the grinds on Paris,
Yeah.
because she has a lot. But honestly, I feel like it was when I stopped like grinding like so hard. Like, I was just getting money from like nowhere, essentially. Like people were either giving her money
Yeah.
or just
Yeah.
like, you know, doing things that were like not really grinding, like maybe like the vault or the oil rig.
Yeah.
Right.
mm,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
totally
did
get it.
I enjoy grinding like in Red Dead RP for sure, but something like Nopix I don't like it as much.
yeah.
Only
Well, I mean,
because it's only because like you have to find people to do it with
yep.
instead of doing it by yourself.
Yeah, and
That's the
now
only downfall about it.
And
probably
everyone's
now
already
for
Yeah.
you.
established. So
Yeah,
like you're not
everyone's
gonna
already
find
done
somebody. That's what's hard.
grinding.
Like no one's gonna want to do a
Exactly.
Sandy run or like run Oxy with you.
Exactly. I mean, people will still probably do it. That's the thing. It's just like I came into a point where I feel like everyone was already kind of like
Yeah.
established.
Mhm.
Like we've
So
all
it's kind
done
of
it
hard to be like, hey,
already.
you want to go do A, B, and C? It's like, no, we don't really do that anymore because we don't have to.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like you can't really do it by yourself because you're gonna have to need more people to do that with. So like doing solo things or being like solo crims is very, very
Yeah,
hard right
Yeah.
now in the current no pixel era that we're in.
for sure.
100%.
Okay. Another question from the viewers. Are there any characters that oh my god, there's a fly. I'm so sorry. I have fruit flies.
Oh my
Are
god,
there
I just got
any
these fruit
characters?
fly traps. I'll send you the link. They're amazing.
That is so humiliating. Every fucking time I face cam, there's a like fruit fly or something. Okay, are there any characters that you wish you could interact with more? Like you just love hanging out with them, but you don't really see them that much or whatever?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I've been role playing with like a lot of people recently, like so many people. I don't know. I'll let someone else take the question while I
Um,
think.
Well, I've never got the chance to meet them in character. These are I would say two people.
Ooh.
Would probably be Speedy, person that plays Speedy, and the
Ooh, okay,
person
okay.
that plays obviously Kiki Chanel, because that's like my big
Oh,
inspiration. So
you've never
I never
RP'd with
got
Kiki?
no.
Oh my gosh.
I would
I feel
love
like
to.
Brooklyn and Kiki. Oh, that would be insane.
Yeah, I think those two people for sure. Speedy is hilarious, and I would love to like get the chance to interact with him more if I could.
Oh, I think I would just say Jaeger and all of the
I
nerds.
was gonna
Yeah.
say the guild, or
Yeah.
maybe like some of like the other CG girls that don't really come around anymore, like Autumn and
Yes. Oh my gosh.
yeah, probably the
Yeah.
guild or
It's
the
always
like
Yeah.
fun.
other CG girls.
I think I don't know, for me, I think Carmine's always like the first that comes to mind for a lot of people because the RP that comes from Carmine, no matter what. Like Carmine, I literally watched his stream one day. He was handcuffed for like 90% of his stream and he still like RP the house down. Um
Oh my god. I know he's
he's
so
I mean
good.
insanely good. Just so
He's
funny.
so funny.
Two other people, so Brian Knight and Rosa have like this weird like friendship and like I wish that we could have more serious RP because that like Betty plays Brian really well with like the serious investigation stuff.
Oh yeah, Meddy's great.
And I'm gonna miss that a lot with like the lawyer side of stuff. But the last person is all of Burns' characters, and this I've only had
Oh
one
yeah,
interaction, but it was my second day in the server, and Rosa got kidnapped by Waldo. He was like playing a Where's Waldo character, and I
Of
was
course, that's such a
like,
burn thing to
yeah,
do.
it was insane. Like took me to the fun house and like tried to kill her and like Rosa didn't know a single person in the city, but it was like the best story ever. And I miss
I
that.
love
I
that.
wish Byrne came around more often because the stories that came from him were like so insane.
yeah,
Ooh. Yeah, Burn is great. Such a good RPer.
Burn has so many ranges, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
yeah. Burn Island, like when that
Oh my god,
happened,
that
like
was crazy.
that was kind.
I
That was
think.
like one of my favorite
Oh, go ahead.
parts. Sorry. That's it.
I was gonna say, yeah, Burn. I think I started knowing about him when he played Johnny Silverhand from
Oh
Cyberpunk.
yes. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was so good. So good. Okay, should we take some spicy questions?
Oh
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, what are
Guys,
the
any
spicy
spicy questions? Come
questions?
on. This is your chance. Ask anything.
I'm sad I'm
Might
gonna I'm
not,
muted so I can answer
it,
some of these
but
in chat.
you can ask.
I would love Rosa and
Get
Buddha
a
to
little
have
spicy.
RP, but it just hasn't happened. Do bigger streamers make you want to interact with them more or less? I'm pretty like indifferent. I think it's
What
a lot of
characters do you
fun to
hate?
interact with them, but I also
Carmella.
like it's a lot of anxiety.
I hate
A lot of
Literally.
anxiety. Yeah, I saw some of the Joe Goldberg videos that came
You know
up.
what? Never mind.
but-
I'm getting some weird questions. Widow, did you get anything?
The one I had written down was if you could play another character in the server, who would it be? But I think we kind of already touched that. This one's a
There's-
little
there's-
spicy. Do bigger streamers in the server make you want to interact with them more or less, or like how do you feel about
Ooh.
that?
That's a good question.
I mean, like, as an anxious ass bitch, it makes me want to interact less, not gonna lie, because I hate bothering people. But
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't make me want to like not hang out with them, and I think they're great and all that. But yeah, I hate bothering people in
Yeah.
RP. So if we don't hang out in RP in like a regular basis, I'm probably not gonna like
I had
try to
this,
RP with them.
yeah, I had the same
Yeah.
response. I said I'm like indifferent in the moment. Like if I notice it's someone
Yeah.
like Chawad, for example, like he's in the circle that we run with, like we see him all the time. And like I'm not like avoiding him or trying to find him. Like it's just indifferent. Whatever happens in RP. But you do get that little like, oh my god, there's like a fuck ton of people watching right now, feeling, you know? And I don't think that like affects my RP in any way, shape, or form. But you know,
You just think of it.
yeah, it's
I
like the
mean,
anxiety in your head.
I guess like I
Yeah.
said earlier, like my brain switched and I am in the I don't
I
give a
don't
fuck
give a
war.
fuck more.
I
Yeah.
don't really think too much. Like I just think like if I have fun with this person and they're fun, then yeah, I'll hit them up. But I guess if like maybe like the characters don't connect or it's just like different like vibes, then I
Yeah.
won't.
It's just
But
RP, you know? And I think we all kind of
yeah.
have that mentality of like, you know, whatever happens, happens. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Role players that you look up to. We kind of did talk about that as well.
Someone
Carmen.
someone asked,
Girl.
fuck, I already fucking forgot the question. It was in, let me see if I can find it again.
I've got a couple. Let me write
Someone
these down.
answered something else when I find it.
Okay. I have one about
Oh, I
um
found it. Oh, this is a spicy one though. You guys are true to answer if
Ooh.
you want. Has anyone ever
Okay.
tried to rip off your character?
Um,
yes.
well, I don't think like
Okay.
rip
Not a no
off
pixel.
No
character.
name.
I don't think anyone's ever tried to rip off my character. I just think, I mean, we said it earlier, like I guess Paris as a character is like so funny that sometimes like it influences like
Uh-huh.
even like the guys we've been hanging around, like their
Yeah.
lingo has changed. So no, I don't really think anyone's ever tried to rip off Paris.
Okay.
Maybe
You're
because I'm hard to
like
replicate. Maybe.
For
I mean,
me, I wouldn't say no one's tried to like completely just rip off my character. I think there's been characters that have been similar to where people may compare them to where it's just become looks identical. And I think in a
All
sense
right,
where
chat.
it's
I'm
just like,
sending these all
you
in
know,
our group
you have
chat
you
so
have
that
like
we can answer
something
them.
you went about and like maybe another character kind of had like the same
You're right,
kind of
Maury.
idea. And I think
right.
it gets confused that many people may put into perspective like one's copying the other character. And it's
Yeah.
just like I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's necessary like maybe they have been inspired
Yeah.
by
I
whatever
feel like
yeah,
you fucking portray,
yeah.
yeah.
and maybe
That's a
they
good way
just
to
feel,
see
yeah,
it.
if they were inspired by it, by all means I don't see a problem with that. But I will say that it wasn't on No Pixel. I think I did have a person, I think it was like on Red Dead, that was kind of like really
Ooh.
jealous of my character and
Mm.
like really wanted what she had because of who the
Ooh.
character was. And instead of them being so focused on that, they weren't really focused on what they can portray in their own character and trying their own kind of vibe, which
Ooh.
would make that makes me upset because she's like, if you're so dedicated to that character and how you portray it, you shouldn't try to change it because someone else is different from yours, you
Yeah.
know? So, but like I've had like people been like very inspired and trying to have the same mannerisms to do the same thing I do, but not necessarily in a malicious kind of intent, but more so
Yeah.
like they were
But you just
inspired
pick
by me.
up on it and
Yeah.
you're kind of like, I mean, okay. Don't know if this is classified as like ripping off or whatever, but something that like, has happened to me and that I've definitely like brought up with like my friends and stuff like that.
Hmm.
A lot of the times when like sometimes people that have like watched my streams or whatever will either come on the server, whether it's like Red Dead or like a public server or no pixel or whatever, they'll kind of see how like Carmela interacts with like lasagna or like,
Mm.
Brooklyn or Rosa. And
Mhm.
obviously we have like that dynamic where we're like, oh, shut up, bitch, or like, our little
Yeah.
inside jokes and this and that. And then kind of like say it back when their character, like, is
Yeah.
not on that same level, and it kinda makes me just feel a little bit like, ugh, about that.
It's
I
like
know it
icky
happened a
feeling.
lot
Yeah,
in Red Dead, especially with, like, the group of friends that we had in there, it was a lot of people that were, like, watching the streams coming in and, like, feeling like they were on that vibe and maybe even coming off as,
Yeah.
like, a little bit rude because let's be real, like, again, it's all about boundaries. We're all gonna talk a
mhm,
certain way when we're with our friends, but like
absolutely.
when a random brand new character comes up to you, like calling you like, "Oh, you're a big fat whore,"
Yeah.
that's
Oh
not
yeah,
fun for
It's like
anyone. You know
okay.
what I
Carmen, you're being
mean?
way too nice. I'm just gonna say it is fucking weird when people do that. And like, I want to say this as a blanket statement for anyone who's listening. Like, if Carmen or me or someone goes into a server that like you might have access to, it doesn't mean that you can treat that person like they're, you know, your best friend. Like, I'm not gonna walk up to somebody on the street and be like, "Hey, you dumb bitch! Like, how you doing?" You know, like
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
build that
Again,
rapport with people, and
boundaries.
like it makes me
Yeah.
sad to see some of my friends go through this because I'm like, that's not fair and it makes it uncomfortable and like it ruins what could be a really good thing for a lot of people. And so it's
Yeah,
like, respect people as people. Like, it doesn't matter if you think that you're best friends with
yeah,
them, you're not. And like, don't act like you are unless you build that up. And who's to say that couldn't happen?
yeah.
Just be normal.
Bro, 100%. Um, I've had so many friendships like form with role play and stuff, but yeah, I guess that's like the only kind of like off-putting thing that I'll notice every now and then. Like, something that Liz would say to Carmela, like in a joking way, would just like from a random person out of nowhere. I'm just kind of like, I don't
Yeah.
really want to interact with all that. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, that's it.
What was the question on that? I don't remember. That's a good point
Um,
though. Oh well.
I'm looking for other
I have
questions.
I
Yeah.
have something about perma conditions. So one,
Ooh,
have you
what's
ever thought
that?
about so perma conditions are essentially like a contract with yourself when you start a character, like if this thing happens, I will roll for a perma or I will perma, something that's like set in place so that there could be an end to that character. I guess this is kind of like permaing as a whole. Is it something that you guys
Uh-huh.
have ever thought about, or do you have conditions? You don't have to say
Ooh.
if you do, but or what they are. I can
Mm,
start. I have perma conditions for Rosa, and
You do?
I
Oh my
do.
God. Don't say them if you've
I
never
know.
said them before.
I've
when I
said
log
Talking
in
them.
into
about your
your conditions.
I said them
right?
one time, and Rosa's gotten really close one time in the server, like really fucking close to permaing, and it was like
Ooh.
an intense situation. And for me, like it has to be like these certain things are met, and like the RP has to be serious enough that it's like it's not just some gag thing that's gonna happen. It has to be
Yeah.
like a drawn out scenario. But I do
Yeah.
think
I'd
for
say the
me, it's
same thing.
important to have like at least some kind of end in thought, like
Yeah.
an end in sight that potentially could happen to like take the character a little bit more serious.
Yeah. I feel like everybody kind of acts like, oh, our characters are immortal, da 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 da, nothing's ever gonna happen to them. And then you see Bass fucking
I
perma
know.
and gag the whole city.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone is freaking the fuck out. So yeah, I would totally perma Carmela, but it would have to be like a big enough situation. Like a big arc, a big injury, whatever it would be. I wouldn't just go
Yeah.
out with like, I don't know,
Car
a
crash, blew
punch
up
to
the
the face.
car.
Yeah, you
Rick
know what I
James
mean? It would
takes
have to
Carmel
be
out.
something big.
Yeah. And it,
Mm,
it creates so much like RP for everyone else around you too. Like look at Bass.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I don't really have like conditions. I mean, okay, so I guess I'll be honest. Before trigger warning, before Paris got into street team, I was thinking
I'm just kidding.
I was thinking about permaing her because I was like,
Be right
I
back.
was like, I feel like there's nothing left for her. Like, I feel like there's nothing left for her. Um,
Aw, what?
but like, I
I'm
don't know,
so
because it's just
sad.
sometimes like you think like you've done everything. So I guess that would be like
Yeah.
my thing. Like, if I feel like I have nothing left for her to like
Yeah.
do, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
right now I feel like she's still kicking. She's got some
She's
things
still
to
She's
do.
getting
kicking. She's
peed
still
on
got
the
her horses
sidewalk.
in.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I've never heard that
Oh, I
before.
literally walked out of the cubby one day and Paris was laying down and was like, "Pee on me, Mr. K."
Oh, you are not one to talk about Erpers then, bitch.
Oh
You are
god.
not one to talk about them.
Let's get crazy. Let's get crazy, guys.
Oh, that was so
Okay.
funny.
If you could remove any kind of mechanic in the server, what would you remove? Gang app.
Um, gang
Girl, I don't even know what the gang
up,
app like looks like, but I know it inhibits 90% of things I want to do. I just
gang
want to be able to walk into a bank and rob it if I want?
Yeah.
up, or no, there was one that used to like always like not bother me. What is it? Mm,
One that bothers
the
me.
rings.
Oh, girl,
I would so I mean like
She
obviously like Paris
forgot.
has them, but it's still
I
like
don't
okay,
even understand.
revitalizing gun pull out quicking thing.
I literally have to have people explain them to me because I'm like, I feel like this is such a min-max gamer type of thing of like what rings can you get to have the best loadout and shit. And I sit there and I'm
Yeah,
like,
for
what does
like
any of this mean? Like, huh?
or I
Or the
guess like
I
food
just
giving you
forget about
ability?
rings, not gonna
anything
lie. I
anything
forget about
PvP related. I don't really know if there's many mechanics that relate to PvP, but anything that's PvP related. Like let's just have like a
Let's
raw
have a
type
nice,
of fight.
clean, and
A nice
nice
clean
fight.
fight.
Yeah.
So I guess the
Nice and
rings kind of
clean.
relate to PvP.
Yeah. I'd
Um,
say two things that like come to mind. So this is actually someone in my chat said it. One would be like the meth table or not tables, the labs, how you can just like move them all the time. And
mhm.
granted, I don't know because I personally haven't ever moved one, but I feel like that is like crazy sometimes when you can just move
Oh,
them
so yeah,
because
just like leave it
someone
there.
drove by and like you're I don't know. I
Oh,
think I think
Yeah, I feel
those
like
should
that
have
should
a
be
new
like a
system.
process to move them because I'm
yeah,
pretty
Yeah.
I don't
sure
think I've ever done it before.
the only thing there is just a cooldown of 3 days. I think you can just
Yeah. You can literally just like
and it's
bounce
anywhere
around the city.
it's like anywhere in a certain area.
Ooh.
Maybe I would want like a meth lab, like you could do it anywhere. Not like
Yeah.
anywhere, but like you could have like a meth lab in the city.
Or I heard, and I wasn't here for it, but I heard that meth labs used to be public,
They were.
which I
They
think is
were.
cool because like you would
Yeah.
have to hold it down, and if you weren't holding it down, then
Yeah.
like someone else can take it.
You
Um,
well, it used to be like it would literally just open up and you would just climb down into it.
huh. The second thing would be
Okay.
I wouldn't okay, someone in my chat said I'd remove PD pings. I wouldn't remove all PD pings, but I would want to get rid of some of them. And the reasoning this person said is so that they patrol. And I think that that would be
Oh,
cool. So like cops have to be
Yeah,
driving around to see
they
something or
have to
like
see
hear a
things.
gunshot,
That would be con.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd
That
be
would be
pretty
kind of
cool.
con.
Yeah.
But
But
I understand like you
also,
have
I
to
don't
have
know.
pings for like,
And that's so big too. That makes it kind of
yeah,
like difficult.
maybe like
That's
outside of the
Um,
why
city pings.
that's why sometimes I still am very new of what pings they make it. So I do like slash me anonymous to give them kind of a descriptive, kind of maybe like an NPC has seen something
oh, you're
in
Yeah,
that
such a
I
role
do
area
that.
player.
for them
I
to go
love
off of.
that.
Yeah.
He's a role player, y'all.
I'm a role player.
Okay. Favorite part of role play, like just in general, not necessarily your character, but just RP.
Um, the improv, I guess. The improv, like the fact that like anything
Ooh.
can, like, like let's think of the GSF war. Like Carmen, like
Oh, that
she
was
wore
so
GSF and
funny.
that turned into like something like entirely
And that was like a
bigger than
month
what it
long.
was.
Like, yeah, that was crazy. You're so right. You're so fucking right. Angel, any fave things
Mm,
about role play?
I think my favorite thing about role play is meeting like new people for sure. I think
Aw.
getting a feel
Yeah.
for who's this kind of person, what kind of personality do I have? Are they going to bounce off me? Are they going to be around, or is it going to be like like
Yeah,
I think it's nice running into new
honestly.
people for sure.
I think that, yeah, that's totally my answer as well.
Hmm.
Totally. Just like meeting friends and being able to like actually form friendships and like meet so many people just from role play and like all that. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Widow, anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been like the my favorite thing looking back is like meeting friends and like I keep getting sappy and sentimental, but like I didn't have any like girlfriends in the space. I didn't have any like streamer friends in
Aw.
this space. So like meeting people that I get along with both in character and then like becoming genuine friend. Like I call all three of you some of my like best friends, like we get along on a different
Aw,
level.
no, me too.
Aw.
Right? And I think that that's
Aw.
so special because like I said it's a male dominated space
It
we're
is.
in and to have
Yeah,
girls that like get it
it's
around you.
important.
It really
We need
is.
our girlies around us to get us
Yeah.
through like all the craziness. We totally,
Yeah.
totally do.
I
A
also think
hundred
like role
percent.
play is such a cool thing. Like the world is such a like a shitty place, right? And like to
Yeah.
be able to come onto role play and like try live in a pretend world that's better, like to have like an ideal
Right.
Yeah.
outcome in a
Oh,
situation.
for
Like
sure.
I think that's really cool.
I love that answer. Aw,
I'm
that's
such
so
a little sappy
sweet.
thing today. I'm on my period, that's why. But
Oh my gosh, me too. That's why my
we're
boobs
synced
are
up.
so big. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was gonna ask, I mean, I don't know if you girlies would be interested, but I don't know. Maybe next time we decide to do a little podcast, we could talk about, some more mature topics. Like
Absolutely.
talk about sex.
100%.
Like let's
Talk
just go
about
out there.
sex, baby.
Yeah,
I'm
Absolutely.
you
down.
know, sex lives, all that, relationships. I feel like we could, either help a lot of people or maybe, just get
Advice
those questions out.
stream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that could be fun. A little spicy stream.
Yes. 18 and plus.
Yeah, totally. Like 18 plus.
Yeah.
Love that.
I think it's
Um,
cool too. Like, I think all of our communities, we have a lot of like younger girls, and this is like some of the
yeah.
stuff that Nyaso and I like went through with the situation we won't talk about. That was
Yeah.
what was like so important to us to like speak out against, was like we have so many girls that we have a unique position where we can try to like give good advice or like lead by example or like
Oh, for
stand up
sure.
against something. And so I'd like to get into that, like talk about some harder things, some spicy stuff.
I would love to because
Yeah, we could
we
totally
have a lot to talk
do some
about.
like someone said in Carmen's chat where people can send in predicaments. Maybe we could do like a advice
My
Ooh.
God.
segment.
We could
We could do
also
like
do
a
some,
little anonymous
yeah,
Yeah,
like
we
a
could do like a little
form.
tea.
form.
Yeah, we can do that. I would just say
Hey,
this.
I'd love to do that.
I don't mind giving advice to people, but keep in mind I am not no role model.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I make the
exactly.
same
No, we do
mistakes
for
Yeah.
and the
sure.
same
Yeah, but I
I'm
feel like, that's good
But
to
that's
do.
the thing,
It's
lead
real
by, yeah,
advice,
they learn from your mistakes. Like,
not like an AI answer, That could
go
be
to
really
church.
cool. Okay,
But
let me pick one last question
one
because
last
we're almost at
question.
the 2-hour mark.
Absolutely.
Um, okay, any final stuff? Yeah, I'm
I have
scrolling. I'm
one.
scrolling. Ooh, okay, yeah. What is it?
It's just, do you see yourself still playing No Pixel 2 years from now?
Um, mm,
I would hope not.
well, this is gonna sound like a really shitty question, but like, will there be a No Pixel in 2 years?
That is true.
Yeah,
That is
I
true.
guess it depends. I think I'm always gonna love role play, but like, I don't know. I don't see myself playing video games forever. Like, not just no pixel, but like,
You need to
you
retire to your
know,
horse farm one day.
yeah, like I totally want to have a real life one
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's something.
eventually.
I think this is one of the reasons why I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna like I became so carefree. And I'm just gonna have fun because I don't know, No Pixel could like disappear one day, like and like 5M could disappear one day.
Oh,
Like we
right.
could all wake
Oh
Yeah.
up
yeah,
and it's
5M could
they're like
totally.
bye, shut down. 5M that happens sometimes. They shut it down for like a day or two.
Which is another
Yeah,
topic
So
I'll
whenever
write
the
down.
devs get, yeah.
I think
Um,
35 is my cutoff.
yeah,
I think 35.
I think that's fair for
Girl,
sure.
again, I'm a Libra. I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, let alone 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
think someone in my chat just said stuff never lasts forever. And I think, that's obviously like a big thing. I feel like a lot of us like streaming and stuff, we had like huge blow ups around like COVID and like those times because everyone was at home, or like obviously at the start of 3.0 it was like a huge boom
Yeah.
and all that. And then things kind of like simmer down obviously for a little bit. But I don't know. I feel like I'm always gonna love role play, so I don't think I could ever like
Yeah.
leave it forever. So I feel like as long as like no pixels around and I'm not banned, yeah, I feel like I'll always
I think
like
I'll
pop
stop
in and
role playing,
around.
but keep gaming.
Really?
Yeah.
You would stop role playing? Oh my god.
I mean,
I would.
hopefully in 2 years, like we're on to GTA 6 or maybe
Oh my
Red
Bitch,
God.
Dead
if it's not
Roleplay.
out in fucking 2 years, I'm
I
Like
give
if
up.
it's
retiring.
like a new game type of roleplay, No Pixel
Sims
server, yeah, I'd
roleplay?
probably be playing
Multiplayer?
that.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? I'm actually surprised most like agencies of like acting don't look into like our peers of
Right?
acting.
That's the
Yeah. There's
thing.
so much
I'm actually curious
talent.
why I don't look
And
in like, oh, this
this
could
is
be great for our
something
game for a character.
I want to talk about more probably on another podcast, but like we are all roleplay mains at this point. Like we
Yeah.
aren't like FPS players, or we don't, play a ton of other games. Sometimes we do, but like what that means for our career as a streamer and like how that silos us. And this comes, so I
Yeah.
used to work in the music industry for an agency, and they recently started to sign a bunch of like gamers, and I noticed, I was like,
Ooh,
no role
that's
players are
cool.
signed, and I was like, what does that mean
Oh,
for me as a streamer? I mean, some role players are, but like not mains. Um, so I think that would be an interesting thing. Like, what do we think our careers are going to look like in this space?
Oh,
yeah.
well, I've actually been trying to do like variety, like role play, and then I'll go into variety just so I can like start, like, because I'm saying, like, what if No Pixel dies tomorrow? Like, people are familiarized with that sort of variety, if that makes sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
we just hit
Well,
our 2 hour mark. What the
we
two
did.
hours?
That was so
What the? I
fast.
feel like
What
we
the
just started
hell?
talking.
It was
That,
fun. I had fun. Hope you girls had fun. It was fun for the viewers
yeah.
as well.
Thank
Hope
you
you
so
guys all
much,
enjoyed
Yeah.
everyone.
it.
Thank you. And
And
it
we'll
was the
definitely be
first
back. And
one.
I
I'm
think maybe we talk to other
happy.
people too, some other girlies, and see if they want to hop on
Yes.
here or there.
Yeah, guys,
Absolutely.
let us know
Yay.
who else you want to see on here,
Yeah.
and we can like, you know, get some more
We'll try to
girl
get
talk
Nicki
and stuff.
Minaj on here next week.
Yeah, and Ice
You
Spice, they will be
Queen
here.
Radio,
Ice
Queen
Spice.
They
Radio,
will
X
be
Girl
here.
Talk.
They will be
But
here.
not Doja Cat.
But thank you, girls. I really appreciate it, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys have a wonderful evening. Love you
Yes,
all.
Yes, I
love
love
ya.
you
Have a great
guys.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Meow.
All right, chat. I just stuff in for a second. That was a lot of fun. Do you guys have any like lingering questions for me specifically? So I was gonna turn my camera on a while ago, but I didn't. I just went to Carmen's stream, and one, she's fucking beautiful, but two, I want her overlay for this. Because if I turn my camera on right now, I don't have an overlay or anything, and it's just gonna be me. And that's kind of awkward. But next time we will. Yeah, today was a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out. We will be back to like RP tomorrow. Yeah, this has been kind of like in my head to do a girls podcast for a while, and actually Die with Liv and I talked about doing a podcast a couple months back. She plays Cindy Tipton in No Pixel, but she hasn't been role playing as much. But I do want to bring her in next week because she has a lot of like life experience type of things that she could add. But yeah, this group of four has become like, these girls especially have become like some of my favorite people, and it's just so natural to talk to them. And like I said, I think that like there's a lot of different perspectives that come from females in the gaming community as a whole, not even just roleplay. So sometimes it's good to just like be surrounded by that energy, and be able to talk about stuff. So I think next week we will have some spicier stuff going on potentially, and we'll talk about life. I've got some, obviously, I've lived a lot of life in 26 years. And so I have a lot of, not great wisdom, but, you know, life wisdom I can impart on you guys. So I love you. I love you. I'm going to see, is anyone like streaming games right now? No, I need to go to bed. Let's be real. And my throat is dead. Widow is a sage? Listen, I feel like it. I feel like it. Okay. Oh my god, indoor streaming. Chat. Indoor Scream is one of my favorite, well, is my favorite RPer, I think, in the entire world. Plays Morag Ghul. She's on Gold Rush, and some of the funniest and most intense RP you'll ever see comes from this person. We need to get Jess on the podcast. Oh, 100%. Jess is my girl. I need to message her actually soon. But thanks for hanging out. I love you, my friends. This week is going to be a fun week of RP. We have this stuff with Vinny popping off with some of the, you know, gun stuff that we've talked about. We need to come to some kind of drama resolution between Vinny and Ray Romanov. I think that'll be very funny. We have the finale of Wu Chang Idol on Thursday, which I'm so excited to hear what Carmen cooks up and what Zoe B cooks up. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Go say hi to Indoor. As always, be kind to yourself, be kind to someone else. Do something good for the world tomorrow. I love you, my friends, and I will see you tomorrow.